And
Cole Clark's all over Johnny Greaves. You know Cole Clark's right now has that siren on, and he's trying to pass a legend. That is Johnny Greaves. And Johnny Greaves hears it.
Slowing down.
He slows down and is letting Cole Clark around. That just shows you the sportsman he is. That is an off-road legend of Johnny Greaves.
Cole's just going to leave his siren on the rest of the race.
Well, maybe he bumped it on, didn't even know it.
Johnny's going kind of slow, though. I don't know if it's because of the dust. He's kind of being easy or what, but he's not driving as hard as he has been.
I was co-driving at the Mint a long time ago, and we went for a pass. I hit the siren, and I thought I turned it off. I didn't. And then we're driving. I'm like, somebody's behind us. It was our own siren.
Rookie.
It was absolutely a rookie mistake. That looked like Cody Martin still cruising along. There goes back to C.J. Greaves. So C.J. is in front of his dad, Johnny, but they're still both pushing in that open class.
Yep. C.J.'s actually 3 spots in front of Johnny.
That's pretty impressive. To watch those guys in Crandon racing those Pro 4s when they just pitch it in on that turn,
It's
my
amazing.
goodness.
What amazes me about that, you were mentioning that, is how much, before the turn that they actually set it up. I don't know how they do it.
I mean, they back those cars in 50, 60 feet before they even get to the turn.
I know, and it just slides right around. I guess that's drifting for you.
Down the backstretch at Crandon, you're running well over 100 miles an hour in those Pro 4s, and they go to that 180 and just flick them around, and off they go.
Right there where the tower is in the middle. Have you ever been inside there?
Yes.
It's crazy to watch.
Oh, it's incredible.
All right, Dustin Robbins just not going through.
And
that right there is 831 right in front of him.
And just a moment ago, we saw Heath Taylor with his car in the trail, and you saw his helmet on top. We kind of tell people to do that in the driver's meeting that, hey, if you're having an issue but you're okay, you leave your helmet on top of the car so other people, fellow racers, know you're okay.
It's Mike Park and Tony Polari coming through.
Mm-hmm. Tony Polari, yes.
That's the first race for that car for Tony Polari. That's a brand new CA Technology built car.
He's got 2 of those cars now.
Built.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Eric and Jeremy are here with CA Technologies, supporting all their racers. Austin Brayton,
right, there's
I believe.
Mike Park.
Oh, that's Mike Park, correct?
So, yeah. The last one around, we thought it was Mike, but it was the 9004.
Yeah, that was Brian Starrett.
Yes, Starrett,
sorry.
They look identical.
Yeah, they're very similar. And they're both 904 or 9004. They're very similar. But we'll do our best. We're having fun with it.
They like to keep us on our toes.
Now that's Aiden Gilbert with his dad, Casey Gilbert, riding shotgun at the Yukon launch session.
All right, this one is Adam coming down. Adam Cutts coming down.
But heading up is Bill Hilliard, I believe.
Another rock bouncing guy that came to Ultra 4 Racing.
Exactly.
There's Bill Hilliard on screen, part of All Things UTV, teaming up with Dustin Robbins.
And they're running very close on race course. They're both coming through the start-finish, very, very, very close to each other.
We started this race at 1 hour ago, so we got about another half hour, give or take a little bit, and then that white flag will come out.
And there was Dustin Robbins. They're running about, 10 seconds apart right now?
That's pretty impressive.
You can see that's lipping them up right there.
Jody Ford
Corey
coming into
Willis.
screen, part of Team Indiana, pushing strong. What a great day of racing. Thanks to each and every one of you for tuning in to the 2023 Raceline Wheels Rush Off-Road Anniversary Bash. Just outside of Ashland, Kentucky, here at Rush Off-Road.
It's beautiful out here. I love it.
It is gorgeous country out here. I mean,
How far away do you live from here?
about 2.5 hours.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Well,
So
it depends
it's
on
like
who's
you're back
driving.
My
All right,
wife will
Kyle.
tell you I drive like a grandpa when I'm on the road.
Leave it for the racetrack.
Yep.
So we'll go through this rundown. Let's do the top 10. We have Kyle Chaney in that number 1 position, Jay Shaw in second, Cody Martin in third, Tyler Gibbs fourth, Carson Atkins fifth, Paul Wolf sixth, Jason Wofford in seventh, CJ Greaves eighth, Cole Cole Clark 9th. And in that 10th position, Tony Polari. That is our unofficial uncorrected time. Top 10 right now.
And they took off side by side, 2 at a time, 20-second increments. This race is on adjusted time, and it has been a race to watch. Carson Atkins held the lead for quite a while, and then Kyle Chaney gets around him. And now Atkins dropped back a little bit, but he's still pushing strong. We'll see how he can hold up. But Kyle Chaney, but remember, we did see Jay Shaw physically get around Chaney, so it's anyone's game right now.
It'll be interesting to see when they come back in if Jay's still in front of Kyle or not.
And remember, Jay Shaw and Kyle Chaney left side by side, so there's no adjusted time between those two.
And Chris May just came through for another lap. Our leaders have done 3 laps right now. We have a total of 20 cars that have done three laps.
Well, that's pretty impressive.
Mm-hmm.
There's Alex Rose.
Jinx.
Back to Joni Ford. They're at Trail 69.
The hot pits have been kind of quiet today. I figured we'd have a little more attrition than what we've had.
I was talking to people with this race strategy. Not many people were planning to fuel and basically just a tire. And I was talking to Paul when we had him in the booth earlier that if you have an issue during this race in the hot pits, you're not going to win. So I'm in agreement. So not many people in the Amsoil hot pits.
We have seen people come in, though, changing their flats and everything. So the pits have not been super, super hot today, which is awesome and good for these racers.
Well, James, always a pleasure having you in here. Thanks for sticking around. It's been fun having you help me because Pam and I, we can only do so much. The dust is thick, and you know these guys and gals just as well as we do. So, again, James Cantrell I'm Miles Haskell with Pam Hall. James is here helping us, and I think I'm going to make you stick around for a little bit if you're cool with it.
It's been fun. I'm cool hanging out with y'all to the end of the race. It's awesome watching from this point of view. And I'd much rather be out on the track, but this is the best you can get for not racing.
Exactly. Yeah, it's always great to see you, but, you're only semi-retired, so I don't want to see you in here in the booth every time.
Let's hope I'm back on the track by vision.
Absolutely.
That's my goal.
I like your style, buddy.
I think you will be. Oh, we have somebody stopped right there on the track.
So that's
good.
So that's that steep downhill. You're supposed to come at us. So somebody's probably broke there.
That is Rimreed. You are correct. We saw him getting in a recovery victory.
I believe that is Tyler Rimreed. So tough break. We just saw George Cruz's documentary on him, and he gave you the behind the scenes on everything, and that just goes to show you racing is racing. Tough break for Tyler Rimreed. Part of our safety crew, making sure everything's running smooth.
All right.
That's Gus Fisher, part of the MAO Ultra 4 staff, making sure everything's running smooth, keeping everything going. Remember, this is a no-chase race that only Ultra 4, MAO, or Rush staff can help outside another competitor. It's a really cool thing Ultra 4 does that if you're broke down, it's between you and your co-driver or a fellow racer or a safety member. But nothing outside of the pits has helped.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. A lot of times if you need something, another race will bring it to you. If you're in the woods, you can talk them into stopping at your pits and grabbing something and bring it out to you to get you back on track.
That's a lot bigger of a deal during King of the Hammers because it's such a long race. But you're right, it could happen here. Hey, I've blew a belt. I've got a tire. I've got a ball joint. And one of your buddies will pull through the hot pits, grab the part, and just kind of chuck it out the window as they drive by. Give you the thumbs up, make sure you're all right. But I love the camaraderie we have here at Ultra 4 USA. And remember, tomorrow, the 4,400 race, Speed Sport's going to do a 1-hour special that'll be airing soon. So I'm super stoked to see Ultra 4 USA going to be on real TV.
We do have an RS1 coming down behind us here with Jamie McCoy closely on, but that was Jeremy Blackburn they were showing just now.
That's Caden Hunt.
That is Caden Hunt with Jamie McCoy passing.
Trying to pass. There he gets it.
Raceline start-finish line.
Looks like Caden may be pulling into the hot Amsoil hot pits.
I think he was just getting over. Oh, look at that. We have Kyle Cheney and Jay Shaw coming through just now, almost side by side.
Side by side. Let's hopefully we can stick with this camera. That's our physical race leader, Jay Shaw and Kyle Cheney. And Kyle Cheney's going to go for the pass and gets it done. Kyle Cheney back in the lead just over halfway through this race. Wow, wow, wow. Kyle Cheney and Jay Shaw are in an absolute dogfight here for the Raceline Wheels Anniversary Bash here at Rush Off-Road. Man, I love me some good racing. And we saw Jay Shaw and Kyle Cheney in the woods getting a pass, but he got it back.
Very rare. They're getting ready to lap Jamie McCoy.
And
that's not normal.
That's not said very often.
And so they're getting ready to come into lap traffic. They had Caden Hunt and Jamie McCoy right in front of them, so that dust will be an issue once they get in here into the woods.
Yeah, and Jay Shaw race was for a while, but took a little bit of time off. But then Adventure Lifestyle stepped up and gave him the opportunity. It's great to see Jay Shaw back here racing with us and giving Kyle Cheney a run for his money.
And Jay Shaw, if you remember, was our pole setter at Hammers this year for 4,900.
Yeah,
race.
He's no slouch. And it looks like
That's
a great
Alex
battle
Rose
coming down.
I can't quite make out the second one. That's Paul Wolf. All right, Alex Rose.
Is that
Paul
our
Wolf?
leader? That is Kyle Cheney, I believe.
Yep, that's Cheney. Or no, that's McCoy.
Oh, that is McCoy. So they'll be they'll be catching him very soon.
Oh,
there's
right
the leaders right behind
him.
us. So we'll stick with this camera. There is Kyle Cheney and Jay Shaw right behind Jamie McCoy. And Pam, like you said, somebody's going to lap Jamie McCoy. I would never put $1 on that, but here we are watching it in real life. That shows you what kind of pace they're actually pushing out there.
But where'd Caden Hunt go? Caden Hunt probably had an area where he could get over.
Caden Hunt's right here in the Amsoil Hot Pits.
He did stop in.
Oh, maybe they already put him through, but I did see him stop for a minute. So there's the Yukon Launch area.
Man, what a race between
Isn't
Shaw
it crazy?
and Cheney.
That's Cody Martin right now coming through the Raceline start finish.
And Cody's not far off behind him. He's been gaining on him. What is that?
He has been. Let's see.
2 minutes off the leaders?
He's right now unofficially in third position.
Yeah, 2 minutes behind the leaders. He's definitely making progress. He's still in this race. Anything can happen with the amount of time we have left.
And I'll be curious. You're talking about time. We're at 1:10 now. They've been doing, 15, 16? So the white flag could come out next lap, but I think they got 2 laps to go. We'll see. Sounds like, yes, next time we see Cheney or Shaw, the white flag will be coming out. Getting a little chatter through my rugged race radio. So Jay Shaw remember, Jay Shaw and Kyle Cheney physically left side by side, but Cheney is physical leader. There goes a Greaves. No, that is Brian Hamby. I apologize. And that may have been Paul Wolf chasing down somebody. There's Alex Rose, Jeremy Blackburn.
I like his safety light on top.
Was Hamby, he was the stock class national champion last year, wasn't he?
Pretty sure he was.
In stock production last year? I think Hamby was the stock production class champion last year.
All right, we are right behind him right here.
You're pretty good on those stats. I think you're right. Brian Hamby racing that Polaris. He kind of dabbled between Can-Am and Polaris last season, but landed on the Polaris side and really running strong with that 817 racing.
All right, there you can see an either-or section.
Yeah, cool to see. You can come straight at us. It's an off-camber, pretty steep little climb. And actually, when we were cutting the trail, to the left of that, there's a really cool rock ledge. We were assuming they'd take that, but no, they're side hilling and bypassing. But they found a way around it, but they're staying within that 50 feet course.
This is when you can start getting on your toes because it's so close. You know the white flag's coming out and the battle that was going on race course.
And you know they're either listening to us or Weatherman, and they're talking white flag will be out next time around, so they're going to be pushing hard all the way to the finish line.
And neither one of those guys is going to let up.
Oh, absolutely. It's going to be a dogfight
to the finish.
And who's going to push who too hard? I don't know. Looks like Rimreed.
Oh, there's Rimreed. There's Todd. Mr. Todd Rimreed out running strong still.
Turbo Todd Rimreed. And it looks like he's blowing by the Amsoil Hot Pits, hitting a little ski jump over the little creek and heading towards the Brannock Hill. So we saw Tyler Rimreed stopped earlier on course, but his dad, Todd Rimreed, is still pushing strong. They race with us at the
like
MAO Short Course Series as well.
Drive. Yep.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Something's broken the
not
front
be
end.
Easy. Definitely not
going
to
be tough, especially in this section. He's better be all over the throttle. I don't think he's got it. Nope. So he's going to have to go around, but there's rocks to go around. Hamby's in a predicament now. But it looks like they are going to send him around.
Bypass.
So
he'll have to winch up if he's got a winch on the front
Hamby's
of it.
got it plugged up. Tough break there. So it's going to be really, really close next time around because remember, it's an hour and a half plus a lap. So I'm hearing both ways. It may be white flag. It may not. It's going to be really close because it's down to time. And they're counting the time on their laps to see if they can make another lap within that or not. I'm getting mixed reviews right now because they're going over the data.
Look over here to our left. We have Mr. Cade Rod with phone in hand doing timing.
And keeping an eye on everything, checking everything up, giving us a little wave. He's supporting his friends. He'll be racing tomorrow afternoon in the 4400 class, coming all the way from Cortez, Colorado. And his Jimmy single seat. Oh, it's freaking awesome.
It is a beautiful car.
Beautiful. He debuted that at King of the Hammers this year.
He had it out at Moab. I was out at Moab for EJS, and it was gorgeous.
And that new rock car they built. Man,
they built a lot of cars at Jimmy's 4x4.
I'm still going to say my money's on a solid axle tomorrow. As tight as these woods are, I got to go with
it's going to be tough. I mean, yeah, Josh Blyler, he's won the last 2 years. Paul Wolf gave him a run for his money last year, but he's just so wide that to push that kind of pace. But don't forget, we got Casey Gilbert, Rusty Blyler. I mean, there's a lot of fast guys out there. Tomorrow's race is going to be very interesting, and we're only have, I think, about 16 or 17 cars on course for the main event, so it's going to be a little bit easier compared to this race to tell who's who and what's going on. So it looks like Hamby got cleared, so we're back to the normal race course here.
That looks like it's... Well, I was thinking it was Tony Polari, but it wasn't.
So that's back to the downhill slope right there. You can see on the right of your screen the Raceline arch, and that's the start-finish there.
CJ coming down the hill. So such a smooth sound.
He's got a couple more laps
to go. Those cars
are
pretty much 100% stock. They put a cage on them, the safety stuff.
Yeah,
and
the safety, and they're racing.
Oh, Mr. Cole Clark is going to be following closely behind him, but still you're following CJ right now, getting ready to go up that super steep hill. I
hope we can see him on camera, the battle between Jay Shaw and Kyle Cheney, to see who's.
I know.
Because last time we saw Kyle Cheney did make the pass around Jay Shaw. The dust is thick. Lap traffic's going to start becoming more of an issue again, and it's going to be interesting. And talk about the either-ors. If I was Jay Shaw and Cheney goes left, I'm going right at an either-or. 100%. And then the next one, even if you think it's slower,
no matter what.
It's try it because you know you can probably reel them back in on the main drag.
And you get that clean air for a second, which gives you a chance to
a
relax
little breather
and see where you're going.
Yep.
That was a great shot of Cole Clark just now at the top of that hill.
Heading up the Brannock Hill.
Aiden Gilbert coming through again, making another lap.
I just, like we were talking about earlier, I love seeing the father-son out there. So Aiden Gilbert's out there racing his dad, Casey Gilbert. And Casey, I want to give him a huge shout-out. He does a lot to help Ultra 4 behind the scenes. He's been a racer with us for a long time, but he really is passionate about this and does help a lot behind the scenes. So Casey Gilbert, thanks for everything you do for us here at Ultra 4 USA.
That was Johnny Greaves and Levi Metzger coming through also.
Super close together.
I was talking to Levi Metzinger, and he was so excited to be on the track at the same time with Kyle Cheney and the Greaves. And now he's battling with Johnny Greaves. He's got to be living his best life right now.
Bill Hilliard and the All Things UTV Can-Am coming through.
Oh, here's who's going to cut off who right here?
Oh, look at that.
That's going to be. Yep, the single-seater had to check up.
Good battles. All right, there's Justin Barth right there with Dustin Robbins on the horn, coming down the hill, going through the Raceline finish line. It's awesome to see the battles coming through.
It's great to see all the battles. There's a little ski. Oh, somebody checked up. A couple of them checked up. If you hit that at speed, you can clear that little jump.
There's awesome battles all over this course.
There's
Well,
action
Justin
all
Barth,
over
it
in
looks
there.
like he's kind of pulling off to the side. There you go. He's a true sportsman right there. When you know that you're not in the hunt and you hear somebody with that horn, just pull over.
Yeah,
let him
Barth
go
is
by.
a lap down, but he's still pushing strong. And this is a great pre-run for Barth. He'll be racing tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. in the 4800 Brannick Motorsports Legends class.
Tony Polari coming through, still in the top 10.
Still running really strong. He's in 9th overall unofficially, but 7th in class in the UTV Pro Mod on lap 4.
And I'm kind of looking over my shoulder. I still do see the green flag, so I'm not sure if they're going to get the white flag yet or not for Jay Shaw and Kyle Cheney. It's going to be really close to that time.
And that is a Greaves right there. I believe it is Johnny. Because CJ had quite a lead over him.
And that's
all right. Sounds like in 2 more
Wofford,
laps,
looks
we're going to
like.
be getting the white flag.
okay, yeah, getting confirmation through the Rugged Race radios. It is 2 laps, so we'll see Kyle Cheney and Jay Shaw come through with the green flag one more time here very soon, I believe.
Man, that downhill right there is getting rutted out. 904 Mike Park coming through the race line.
This is Trail 69 as they're coming at us. That's about a mile into the course. This is a fun little rocky section. And if you come straight at us, it's an either or. But if the driver takes a right, you just kind of stay in the little rocky creek section. But it's really getting burned in. This course, I'm kind of curious to go on a little night run and see how bad it's getting beat up.
With 65 UTVs out there, they're definitely going to change the course for tomorrow.
Yep. And then the qualifying run, the steep downhill right behind us, every car hit that as well.
We know that's Gilbert because they turn their light bar on. I love it when people do that.
I like it when some will run red lights all the time or orange lights, and you can really kind of tell who's who, especially with all this dust.
In the dust, I always like to use an amber because you don't get the glare that you
it
get
cuts
off
through it, yeah.
It cuts through it a lot better.
That was Tony Polari, I believe.
Jeff Donda making another lap.
Riding with him is Philip Magilton. Was that a All Things UTV car, possibly? Oh, that was fast. That's Jay Shaw. Where's Kyle Cheney? Was Kyle Cheney already through there or not? Hopefully we can stay with this camera just a little longer. I don't see Kyle Cheney. So either Kyle Cheney already came through or he's having issues. I'm speculating only, I promise that. So, wow.
We shall
This
soon
is the
find out.
Spider Tracks backstretch right here. We just saw Jay Shaw blow through, and I don't know if Kyle Cheney was ahead of him or not. He was physically last time we caught him around. We saw him pass, but he'd have an issue in the woods. We can only guess.
That was Jody Ford coming through. He's still running second in the stock class.
Yeah, remember we have 3 different classes racing at the same time. We have the stock class, the Pro Mad, and the Open. They're all racing at the same time, but we will score them separately. And if you want to really keep an eye on it, go to live.ultra4racing.com for our live timing. Again, a huge shout out to all of our marketing partners that are here on site. We have Raceline, Ward, Nitto, and of course the Ultra 4 USA merchandise trailers here on site as well. A few great food vendors. So if you're hungry, you want a snack, you want to buy a shirt, go check out all these people. That was Jamie McCoy, I believe. Remember, he got lapped a little bit ago. That was
Looks
Paul
like Cody
Wolf.
Martin.
Okay.
That looks like Cody. I think that was Cody behind him.
Okay. It's a great, great race.
Adam Cutts.
Adam Cutts is on it, all by himself in that car.
I had a fun chat. You know, I try to reach out to most of the racers a couple weeks out, and I was talking to him about, hey, I'm excited to see you. I recognize your name from the rock bouncing world, and then, give me some info on you, yada, yada. He's like, yeah, I'm super excited to go racing Ultra 4. He's like, but I'm kind of nervous. I'm used to running for 30 seconds wide open, not for an hour and a half. So I was like, hey, deep breath, and remember, take it a little easy because you just want to finish this race if it's your first one. Don't go out and try to win. We got a stacked field.
Yes, and that's Chris May coming through the start finish right now.
Somebody blasted right on by.
Jeff Darna coming out of the hot pits, getting back out there.
And he's in a Pro R, correct?
He's in a Pro R.
Brand new Pro R.
And he actually has designed his own suspension and everything.
There's Jeremy
for that car.
Blackburn coming through.
You know a lot of information about these guys. I love it.
And Cody Martin,
That
I
was
believe.
Cody Martin. So I guess, yeah, you were right. That
I
was
wasn't.
Paul
See, I
Wolf.
did get you on that one. All right. It's fun having a third set of eyes out here.
I think that was Zach Pollard.
There's Peyton Dunford with her dad, Drell, riding shotgun.
And they're from not too far from here. They're about 2 hours north, right outside of Cincinnati.
Okay. Not too far from you then either.
No, about 2 hours from me. Yeah.
The other way. So there's Adam Cutts, number 3622.
And that's a Paul Wolf built Can-Am.
Yeah, he got that from Paul Wolf and Hickman.
Yep.
That was Kyle Cheney that just came through our screen. So our physical race leader is Kyle Cheney. How far back is Jay Shaw?
Miles. You want to know what his time was? 15:40.
So new fast lap by 30 seconds. It was a 16:10. So 15:40. Kyle Cheney, our physical race leader. But I did see Jay Shaw still moving just about 5 minutes ago. But Kyle Cheney starting to pick him off one by one. This is his race to lose. I believe next time he comes around, Kyle Cheney will be getting that white flag here in about, what's that, 15 and a half, 16 minutes?
And here's Jay Shaw coming down right now, right behind us.
Remember, you can go to live.ultra4racing.com for the live timing. So we'll kind of try to get a time slip. Because remember, they took off side by side.
For him to pick up 30 seconds, that's no easy
Right?
feat. He had to be
Right.
flat
Now they have a
moving.
47-second gap between them.
And they were 10 seconds the
Right.
lap before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of crazy to see. Jay must have taken a different line and got stuck behind something or something. Because when you take those either ors, you don't know sometimes what's down that hill.
48 seconds he picked up on that. Because remember, they passed side by side. So picked up 48 seconds in one lap. Kyle Cheney's a man on a mission. And I love it when, obviously he's here comes Kyle Cheney into screen as we speak on Trail 69. But I was able to interview him multiple times because obviously he wins a lot. And he's always just so calm and collected and just kind of, I went out there and did my thing, and everything held up, and he runs his own race, and to run, he's gonna make some money this year.
Yes.
Hey, Kyle Cheney is probably the best side-by-side racer in any aspect of side-by-side racing right now.
Man, we got a stacked field, but you
can't beat his results.
The results speak for themselves. I mean, a 3-time win at King of the Hammers on the rock side. I think he's won back-to-back on the desert side as well.
And short course.
But
he does a little bit of everything.
He could have possibly had 4 wins in a row, though, because the year that he was leading and he ran over himself. Remember?
Yep.
Yeah.
It was. He was in the hunt for sure.
Race.
So this is Jay Shaw, I believe. So physical second, still about that 30-45 second mark behind. And then Paul Wolf came through just now too. So
bumped him up into the 3rd position right now, unofficially on corrected time.
So physical and adjusted time. It's Kyle Cheney, Jay Shaw, and then Paul Wolf, and then Cody Martin just snuck through
Cody
as well. No, it is just the top 3 through. Sorry, Kyle Cheney, Jay Shaw, Paul Wolf, physically and on adjusted time.
McCoy must be having mechanical. He's off the pace.
Yeah, he's limping it. That's
so he'll
not
be pulling
a good sign.
into the AMSOIL hot pits here momentarily. Tough break for Jamie McCoy. He is usually extremely fast.
And he had bad luck here last year.
No, so I'm not sure what's going on. He just limped across the start-finish and then picked it up. So maybe he was letting the pits do a kind of a visual on the car. I'm not sure. There's Jake Godfrey coming through.
And here comes Cody down the hill. We'll see.
Cody is picking up a lot
That's Paul
of
Wolf
time.
that was on screen. Now it's Cody Martin. Wow, we got a race on our hands.
Cody Martin just took over the number 3 position from Paul Wolf on adjusted time unofficially right now.
By about 25 seconds.
Wow. They're right there. That's Jeremy Blackburn coming through the Raceline start-finish.
Paul Wolf moving through
Paul
that
Wolf
creek
coming
section.
through. And he's still on pace, sitting in the top 5 for sure.
Yeah,
and you know that
4th.
Chris Hickman's on the radio saying, "Hey, Paul, it's time to push. If you got anything left in the tank, it's time to let it all hang loose." He dominated the UTV world last year, and now he's got his hands full today.
And that's 6:45 right there of Zach Pollard.
Yeah, East Coast, West Coast, and national champion last year in the Pro Mod class. I mean, Paul won anything you could win last year.
Yeah, East, West, and National. I mean, Paul Wolf, and then we get to see Paul tomorrow, too. That's going to be a lot of fun. Last year it was him and Josh Blyler up front, but I don't know. We'll see if it's extra greasy. Those solid axle Miller cars really do work.
That extra, the steering on those Miller cars, you
it's
get
over
roughly
50%,
over 50
right?
degrees of steering, and in an IFS car you're limited to 35 roughly, give or take.
In the trees, in the woods, I mean, and it's fast in the back. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, I think it's the Blylers and Gilbert. I think they've got a good chance tomorrow.
Well, and we had Paul up here earlier, and we were talking about it. His car's so much wider than all of them, and with them having that extra steering, and it does make a difference, especially in these tighter trees.
And that's why these cars are the Swiss Army knife of off-road, because they can do a little bit of everything. They can do the woods. They can do short course. They can do King of the Hammers out in the mountains. We're going to be racing out in Havasu this year. I mean, these cars can do a little bit of everything and do it well. Looks like that.
Hunt making another lap.
Yes, it is.
Wow, these cars are getting harder and harder to tell, but his dad Chad's on the radio watching, and it looks like he's going to send them on around. So Caden Hunt heading out for another lap, doing good at his Ultra 4 USA debut.
And he has Steven Rogers, that's really close behind him in the number 106.
Yeah, Steven Rogers and Adam Cutts coming from the rock bouncing world to come play with us here at Ultra 4 USA. Remember, the first round of racing is on us. If you've never raced Ultra 4 USA, sign up, let us know, and we'll give you your entry fee for free and bring you into the Ultra 4 family, show you what it's all about, and let you make the decision if you want to come back out and race with us as Alex Rose comes around.
All right, we have Pete Russell over here. He is not in the race right now. Standing next to us, he has a broken diff.
That's his first race coming out racing with us. He runs around with, Jamie McCoy and G-Force and all them guys. Great to see him out here racing, but just tough break. But he's giving us buddy a hard time. He's like, but I passed Jamie McCoy twice. But that means he passed you too. Pete, great to see you out here. Thanks for the support. Love the NOS suspension, and hopefully you'll see you back around.
That's Jason Wofford there, coming through the finish line.
Jason, top 5.
Yeah, he's bumping it up.
And that is a naturally aspirated RS1 running in the top 5.
That's
the
cool.
turbo cars.
That's
that is
really
super cool.
So he's running in the stock class, I assume,
Yeah,
right? So he's
production.
probably first. I don't have the timing in front of me.
Ryan Dunn,
Yes,
look
he
at
is
that.
first.
So first in class,
Yep.
but 5th overall.
We have 3 cars right there battling it. On Trail 69, that was Hunt. And then who was behind him? I think it was Rogers, Steven Rogers. And I believe that's John Seaman. So, wow.
Battling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Jason Wofford is first in the stock class. CJ Greaves is first in the open class. Bill Hilliard second in open. Johnny Greaves is third in open. Jody Ford is second in the UTV stock class, so he's still running strong, looking great out there. And then Chris May rounding out the top 3 in the stock class. Chris May was running open, but yeah, he switched to a stock class. I forgot about that. Everybody keeps switching it up on me.
There's Brian Hamby right there.
He must have made it through in 2-wheel drive. We saw him broke in the creek trail.
Right.
He must somehow keeping it moving.
I think the only spot you have to, well, don't have to, but the Trail 69 with that little rock wash, you need 4-wheel drive. Can you make it in 2? Yes, I don't know. But the rest of this course, you probably could. I think it's going to, it's definitely a disadvantage.
There we have it, either or. Look at the sliding. Oh, my goodness. That's the area you were just talking about.
Tomorrow morning for the EMC race, if we get that rain tonight, that little spot's going to get tricky.
Mm-hmm. Going to get really slippery. The mud on the rocks like that, oh.
See Brian Hamby coming through.
There's Bill Hilliard right there. He came through the pits earlier. I think it was his last lap or maybe the lap before he came through. So they should be getting the white flag the next lap because they said 2 more.
2 more.
And our leaders have came through.
Which we should be seeing them back in here in the next 5-6 minutes.
There's Willis coming down right behind us here with the Greaves behind him.
That's Brian Hamby.
Brian Hamby, yep. I couldn't remember. We just talked about him.
Taking the bypass.
So 3 Pro Rs out here.
There is just a battle all over this course.
There is. And that right there, you were saying that how steep that is, or we were talking about how steep it is. It does no justice on the camera, but earlier we were watching the live part of it because we can see it to our left. And I can't remember which one it was, but remember they hopped up and just kind of jumped up and cleared that little jump. So much fun. This whole course is fun. I'm actually bummed that you're not out there.
I know, it's really disappointing. It's hard sitting here watching this race. I love Rush. They always put on a great event out here.
Next year.
Next year we won't miss it.
It's fun out here. The whole entire
Cole
crew.
Clark's still moving good.
Yeah, he's really hauling the mill for sure. But EB and his whole entire crew out here, they are amazing. They've been taking care of us, and we've been taking care of them. They put on a great event out here. I love it. I didn't even know about this place until we came here racing here a few years ago.
EB is such an awesome park owner. He just loves the sport of off-roading so much, and it's great seeing what he's done out here with Rush.
And then this year they even upgraded and made some new parking for us and cleared out a couple other camping spots for our guys and gals, and really just accommodating.
Brought in some fresh gravel, so when it does rain, it won't be such a muddy mess.
If it rains.
I'm just going with it.
And this is a cool new spot we're in. We're not in the horseshoe this year. We're on the total opposite side of the hill. I mean, it's
it'll
great.
be fun for the hill climbing as well later. And there's Jody Ford blowing through the Spider Tracks backstretch.
Greaves, and I don't know which Can-Am it is behind him.
I think that's Tyler Gibbs.
Tyler Gibbs is a fast young dude.
I can't remember which one that is.
They all look similar, especially when you get those Can-Ams. They're all yellow and they're all fast.
Yeah, top 4 right now is all Can-Am.
Be getting the white flag the next time around.
And remember, it was Kyle Chaney with just shy of a minute lead over Jay Shaw as he came through. And remember, this is on adjusted time. In 3rd spot, Cody Martin. 4th spot, Paul Wolf. 5th spot, Jason Wofford. 6th, CJ Greaves. 7th, Tyler Gibbs. And that's the only 7 that are on their 5th lap.
It'll be really interesting to see if Jay Shaw can close that gap on Chaney and make it a battle on the last lap, or if Chaney's able to put another 30 seconds on Shaw this lap.
So Shaw was holding his own, obviously, but Chaney was in his dust. But now that he's not in Shaw's dust, man, Chaney's got the edge for sure. But the lap traffic. There's a Greaves heading up. I hear a siren.
Oh, look, Adam is right behind Greaves.
So I bet you this is our leaders coming through with the siren I'm hearing behind us. So we'll be ready with our camera at the start line and see if it's Kyle Chaney or Jay Shaw that comes through.
They are definitely on the gas coming in.
Mm-hmm.
And then I assume the white flag will be out when we see Kyle Chaney or Jay Shaw.
AP over there making sure that we see it. That is Kyle Chaney.
No, I think that's Levi.
Not. That's Levi.
It is Levi. I thought I saw
Metzinger.
191. I need to quit saying that then, huh?
With
So
Bill
there's
Hilliard
Bill Hilliard right
behind
behind him. So, yeah, we're still don't quite see Kyle Chaney.
should
I
be
really
any
thought it
minute.
would have been him, but not yet. It's getting close. And then how far back? So we'll have to do our unofficial stopwatch here in just a moment.
There's Tony
There we
Polari.
go. There's Tony.
That new CA technology car is looking great still.
That is a beautiful car.
Mm-hmm. Eric is out here. He walked by us earlier. Said a quick hi as he was going into the hot pits.
Jeremy Dickinson, part of his team, was out here running around. He's been a part of the Ultra 4 family for a long time as well. Looks like that may be Mike Park.
You can
or
hear sirens
Byron
again
Sterrett.
back there
Like we
behind
said,
us.
those cars look almost identical. Has it got 4 numbers or 3? It's 4, so that's Mike Park. Out of Callahan, Florida with Team 904. Used to done a lot of mud racing. Oh, here's a loud siren.
Here's Cheney.
So this is Corey Willis.
That's Corey
That's
Willis
Corey
coming
Willis.
down.
And behind Corey is going to be Cole Clark.
So, remember we heard Cole Clark earlier with the siren
I
on,
wonder
so
if
it
it's
may
been on
just
the
be
whole lap.
stuck. So Cole Clark's siren's been on for an entire lap, if I'm not mistaken.
And Dustin Robbins.
Dustin Robbins, 311, out of Decatur, Alabama, with all things UTV. He did buy a 4400 car, but I haven't seen it leave the trailer yet. So I'm not sure if he's saving it in case it rains or if they're having a mechanical issue. I am not sure.
He's having a mechanical issue. Unfortunately,
I hate to see that, but hey, I'll do a little pray and hope he can get it out there. But you definitely don't want to take a brand new car that you're not comfortable with and just tear it up.
No, I'd love to see Robbins in that car. I'm sure he'll do just fine in the 4400 class.
Cam Zollers coming through.
Jody Ford coming down. Jody Ford is sitting in that number 13 spot. His last lap was at 18:50, so he's moved up some positions. But still right now, Kyle Cheney, Jay Shaw, Cody Martin, where are you?
And speaking of Kyle Cheney, I believe I see him coming down the hill as we speak. Yes, it is. The white flag is out for Kyle Cheney and the rest of the field. So Kyle Cheney out front. How far back is Jay Shaw? So remember, once the white flag comes out for our leader, it's out for the rest of the field.
So Kyle Cheney's last lap was a 16:15, so he slowed down a little bit or ended up in some lap traffic.
35 seconds over his fast lap.
That is such a steep drop up there when they're coming down into this last left-hander drop before the start finish.
It's pretty crazy. It's getting really burned out as we saw Dustin Robbins. There's Brian. No, that's Justin Barth
Justin
coming
Barth,
down out of Springfield, Missouri. Justin Barth will be racing tomorrow and Jimmy's car in the 4800 Brannigan Motorsports Legends class. And like we said, once the white flag comes out for the leader, everybody else gets the white flag. So we should see Kyle Cheney in here about 15 minutes or so. And is that Jay
Cutts.
Shaw?
That's Adam Cutts.
No, that's Adam Cutts.
He has really made up a lot of time.
He's really picked up the pace these last couple laps.
And look at the dust flying out here.
Like, he's made up a lot of time.
There's Jody Ford coming into screen on trail 69. So I believe he's still in second position in the stock class, if I'm not mistaken.
That was Chris May coming through just now. We are on that trail 69 right here.
And we haven't seen Jay. There comes Jay Shaw down the
Just
hill right
froze.
now.
Yes, that is our physical race leader. That was Kyle Cheney through trail 69. And did you just say we haven't seen Jay Shaw?
There's Jay Shaw coming down the hill right now.
So Jay Shaw is, what's that? That's a full minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes off. Yeah, it's right at 2 minutes. So 2 minutes off the pace, or is Kyle Cheney stepping up that much? I think it's a little bit of both.
I agree, Miles. I think it's a little bit of both. We're getting to the end of the race, and everybody's kind of sorting out their positions and getting to the finish line.
But Jay Shaw still has a great race under his hands.
On Jay Shaw.
Wow, Paul Wolf's starting to step it up. And you know that Chris Hickman's on the radio saying, hey, last lap, give it all you got.
He's now sitting right now in that number 3 position unofficially.
And he's 23 seconds behind Jay Shaw, so he's got a good shot at catching Jay for second place.
I think that, Jay Shaw's going to have to battle for it to get that 2 and 3 position is going to be really down to the wire.
And that's Paul Wolf right there that the drone is following behind.
So Paul Wolf started 20 seconds in front of Jay Shaw. So Jay Shaw has to Paul Wolf actually has to pass Jay Shaw and then get 20 seconds in front of him. So Paul Wolf's got his hands full if he wants to get around Shaw
Look
on
at Adam's
adjusted
on a
time.
mission.
But Adam Cutts, yeah, he's got a great run.
Got a little plastic hanging off there. It's a given.
I believe Adam Cutts is a lap down, correct? Yes. But he's still got a great run going.
He's been really running fast and picking up a lot of time. There's Chris May going through Trail 69.
And here comes Cody Martin. We'll see where he falls. He was third last lap. He moved back into third.
Yeah, still in third on adjusted time.
Yes, unofficially in third position right now.
Cody Martin has a great run going. But right now it's all about Kyle Cheney. We'll see if he can hold his lead. I believe that's Jay Shaw coming into screen. No, he's taking the right line. He's been coming straight at us.
That is Gilbert right there with his light bar on. Not sure the number behind him.
I think that's
Paul Wolf. So Paul Wolf
Yep.
had a little bit of lap traffic, but he'll go, there's a great shot of an either or. Aiden Gilbert goes right. Paul Wolf goes right up the gut and makes a pass. But Aiden Gilbert is lap traffic. There's Jeff Donda coming through. I believe he's a lap down as well, but he's still pushing strong.
It's so crazy. I feel like I've seen these guys all the same time, and I don't realize they're a lap down.
Which Jeff's running the open class with the Pro R.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm really glad to see that changing the rules of the open class to allow the Pro R, because I don't think horsepower-wise it's a huge advantage over other things because it's a naturally aspirated engine.
I've actually driven one, and comparative to my Turbo Razor, it's about equal power-wise. They feel really the same power.
I 100% agree with you. I actually own one, and yeah, they feel the same.
Yeah,
But it's just a cool ride. They're big. The suspension really works. It's fun to see the different aspects as we see Cody Martin on adjusted time in third place on screen as he comes bouncing. Yep. It's really getting dug out right there.
So in North Carolina, I can street legal it. So I actually take my kid to school in it sometimes.
That's super awesome.
Looks like that was Wofford heading up the right side.
And with the Pro R coming out, you know that Can-Am's going to come out with something next.
Oh, yeah, just pushing the envelope just like we had. So I've still got my Razor 900, and I remember when that was cool. And now it's an old slow turd.
I remember the old 800s.
I had that one, too. And that was the bomb diggity,
awesome
boy.
When they first came out.
Absolutely.
And there's Jamie McCoy.
Yeah, I think I had all of 88 horsepower back in the day, and now some of these UTVs are pushing over 200 horse, right?
5 o'clock,
well
that's
over
what they're
200
guesstimating right
to the
now.
wheels.
So that's going to be a great time for
That's
our
crazy.
leaders coming through. They've been at it for an hour and 45 minutes so far today.
Jeremy Blackburn just crossing over. Again, go to live.ultra4racing.com. It'll break it down in class. We have 3 classes racing at the same time. We've been racing for an hour and 45 minutes. So it's going to be absolutely awesome. And we've been talking a little bit of strategy with the guys about the AMSOIL hot pits, about do you bring gas, do you bring tires, and they think they can run about 2 hours wide open in most of these race cars. But so they're going to be really close. I mean, that light's going to be pretty close to 1 tick left at the end of this race.
You're pushing it at 2 hours in a UTV.
Yeah.
And we're at an hour and 45 wide, and it's wide open.
And we were talking with Paul Wolf about this the other day. He was like, if we were to go to the 2 hour mark, he goes, I'll have to get a bigger fuel cell.
Yeah. With 12 gallons, you're pushing right at 2 hours.
Yep.
That's about all you get out of these cars.
Exactly.
It's great to see him pushing all the way to the limit. I mean, we're pushing the limits here at Ultra 4 USA, and it's really great to see everything the way it's shaking out.
All right.
But Kyle Cheney, it's his race to lose. Can he keep it together?
Man, it'd be so awesome
Oh, it's
seeing
getting tough.
Kyle get another win. And coming
There's
from
a
winning
Greaves.
Hammers to come out here and win the first regional race of the year, I mean, man.
I mean, that was Paul Wolf last year, so we'll see if Kyle Cheney can kind of take the reins there. But Paul Wolf's not going to just hand it to him. I'll promise you that.
Well, and right now we'll go through our top 5 right now. That is Kyle Cheney unofficially in that number 1 position, Jay Sean 2, Cody Martin 3rd, Paul Wolf 4th, and Jason Wofford in that 5th position. All unofficial right now. So our top 4 are in the Pro Mod class. Jason Wofford is in that UTV stock.
And then C.J. Greaves in the UTV Open running in 6th in first place in UTV Open.
That's pretty cool. And look at how awesome Tony Polari's running in that brand new CA car.
That's great
7th.
for a debut and your first time out in a brand new car. You can't ask for much better than that.
That was Justin Barth cruising through the Yukon launch area.
Nice aerial view right there. And there's Jeremy Blackburn.
And that RS1 Polaris, I
He
love
was
the
your East Coast
yeah.
Pro Stock champ or stock production champion last year.
Yep, he had a heck of a year, and we'll see. And then he was out here 2 weeks ago testing and tuning, so he really knows the area, so he's going to be looking good. So we have the stock class, the Pro Mod, and the Open all racing in the same time. So we'll be giving away 9 trophies thanks to LaserNut and 360 Wraps here in just a little bit.
We got a battle going down here. John
Seaman in the back, and it was
Steven Rogers in the front.
Steven Rogers up front. So Steven Rogers with John Seaman right behind him, pushing hard. We'll see if he can get that pass up the Brannock Hill.
Look at that. You can see right there they're popping up. I love this drone footage right here because you can see right there.
But the video never does it justice.
Never does it justice. But you can see them catching their air right there. It's really awesome to see.
Another RS1 coming through.
Might be a
rim read, I bet, yeah. Turbo Todd rim read.
That's Caden Hunt.
That's Hunt. Yeah.
I can't tell. They're all looking the same.
Well, and they both have green on their cars.
Yep, and they're both brown. So, yep, that is absolutely Caden Hunt because Chad Hunt is bringing them on in, saying, hey, settle down, come on in, check her out.
We got the 430 that just went through.
Jason Wofford running 5th place.
James, thanks for coming in here. It's been a lot of fun. And like I said, there's so many cars out there. This is what you eat and breathe. Obviously, I do too, but I have to pay attention to all the classes. You've been a huge help here with the UTVs. Thank you, James.
Man, it's amazing the homework you do, Miles, how much you know about every single racer and every single class. There's no way I could do the job that you do out here.
Well, I appreciate it, but you're definitely holding your own up here, and we appreciate your help.
That's why we call him the encyclopedia of Ultra 4.
It's amazing. He knows everything. He knows everybody's
not everything, but I do really make a big effort to learn everybody's ins and outs. And Pam, you came a long way in the last few years as well. So I think we got a good thing going.
We got a great thing going. We wouldn't still be here if we didn't.
So how far out is Kyle Cheney? I think he's probably about 5 to 7 minutes out, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, they were saying that they're guesstimating the leaders to come through about 5 o'clock, so that's about 6 minutes. That
Getting
was
a little
Ryan
slideways
Dunham.
on the course.
And the 206 of Ryan Dunham doing that little
still looking running strong.
It's going to be interesting because it's so dusty today, and if we get that rain we were talking about, what if it soaked in overnight and then tomorrow could be beautiful? I don't know. It's just going to, time will tell. Uh-oh. Is that Wofford having a little bit of issues?
Oh, yeah, having to back up. Oh, and there goes Johnny Greaves behind us. No, I'm sorry, that was CJ.
Still running that 6th place in the 1st position in Pro Open still.
That's cool? Pretty impressive, isn't it?
That's great. For their first time out at Ultra, other than Hammers, a regional Ultra 4
and
race.
I think they've raced Crandon a regional race last year. I think it was Johnny hopped in.
Johnny signed up, but he didn't make the main. He had a mechanical before the main.
But he did race a little bit. But to try, because he's already there. But for them to travel all the way out here and play with us at Ultra 4 USA, I'm really proud to have those kind of names coming out here and racing with us. Another RS1 coming up. I
think that was
Caden Hunt. There's Cole Clark.
Brian Hamby coming through again.
He's at the Spider
Cole Clark
Tracks
is on it.
Back stretch.
He was bouncing around just now. He was on it so much.
He's pushing hard. I wonder if that siren's still on.
We will soon find out.
Could have been Cody Martin. It's a brown car.
Man, they are moving through that back
I mean,
straight.
that's pushing 55 through that tight
Every
wood section. I mean, they are hauling. Jason Watt still has a few cars out there, keeping everybody running strong. And we need to find a little splash pass out there on the course to where they hit it hard enough and it washes off the number plates.
One about in the middle of the race course and then right here at the end.
It'd be handy.
Yeah, it's crazy how much mud they're still finding as dry and dusty as it is out
Well,
here.
there are some big holes up there with water.
Oh,
in
he
them.
knows.
Yeah, it never dries out
Well,
here.
he hasn't been out on the
Oh,
course.
no, I'm
that's
just
what
saying he's a mud womper at heart.
I hate mud.
I do too. But you have to, hey, sometimes you got to go through it. Just part of the game. Oh, I see Matthew Walraven. I hate to see him out there doing his little walk of shame.
It sounds like it was a broken clutch. Such a bummer. He was running so strong out there.
He's definitely one of the fast ones out there as Jody Ford comes in the screen. But, hey, he's still got a smile. He'll watch his son Xander race here in just a little while. We do
I'm
have the
excited
youth,
for that youth race.
The youth race will kick off here in about an hour. So we'll do some awards here pretty soon. Looks like here's Todd Rimreed coming through, catching the white flag.
Man, we should be seeing Cheney any minute
I'm thinking
now.
about 2 to 3 minutes. So we need to really pay attention to that hill.
Well, there's Godfrey. Godfrey just came through.
For
got the
Kyle
white flag.
Cheney.
Let's see how good they are when the production was telling us, oh, we're all guessing, and they're saying about 5 o'clock, so we'll see what
They've also got
everybody-
raw data in front of them as well.
Yes, we do.
So let's run through the top 10 once again, Pam. I can tell you. So sitting in first spot is Kyle Cheney.
In second position, Jay Shaw.
Third spot, Cody Martin.
Fourth position, Paul Wolf.
Fifth spot, Jason Wofford.
In that sixth position, CJ Greaves.
And he's first in his class as well. In that seventh spot overall is Tyler Gibbs.
And then in that eighth position, Tony Polari.
In ninth spot, Bill Hilliard.
10th position, Levi Metzinger.
Remember, that is overall, we're still racing individual classes.
And speaking of
Three
Bill
of
Hilliard,
them
he just came through, moved up to 7th on adjusted time.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. So that shows you how far back adjusted time is on his side. So he's got another, 17 minutes to race. So this is going to be, it's going to be down to the wire. But yeah,
Man,
I just know Kyle Cheney's be coming through here in the next couple minutes. That guy is a man
so
on
Cheney
a
has
mission.
Almost lapped roughly 50 cars.
Isn't that nuts?
That was Tony Polari just not going through.
That is
Still
incredible.
running strong.
That's nuts.
I mean, 3/4 of the field.
Yeah.
That's insane. And the dust is
where
thick
did our
here. I
breeze
can't
go?
tell. Yeah, the breeze has definitely died down. That's a Can-Am. That's all I can say.
It was a brown
Corey
Can-Am.
Willis.
You think it was Corey
I
Willis?
think it was Corey Willis.
Well, you were pretty good about that. I mean, if I could see the top, yeah, I think you're right because he has PPEI right on the top of his roof.
I just recognized the Jason Watt built car, and there's only one left running.
Well, yeah.
Believe Kyle Cheney's part of that team as well, so
Yep.
he's still got the front one out there running.
John Seaman also is a part of. He's prepping
that's his
car.
brand new car. Yep.
Yeah, he had a really hard tumble at Sturgis.
Oh, is this Kyle Cheney possibly coming through? I believe so. Kyle Cheney coming down the hill. One more left turn to go. The checkered flag is out, and our unofficial winner, Kyle Cheney, grabs the flag at the Raceline wheels start-finish. Kyle Cheney, a man on the mission. What a great, great race. Remember, everything is unofficial, but it's looking good.
Look how close behind Cole Clark is coming down that hill right now.
Cole Clark's a lap down.
Oh, that's right.
So our next one I believe we're looking for is Jay Shaw, Cody Martin, Paul Wolf, one of those. But Paul Wolf probably will be there, but on adjusted time it's going to be really, really close.
Yeah, it's going to be a battle between Shaw and Martin and Wolf for those two spots on the podium.
So
Levi
Kyle
Metzinger
Cheney just threw down a 16:30, but his fastest lap was a 15:40. Kyle Cheney really throwing it down. Kyle Cheney, you put him in a car, throw him in a race, and you just can't bet against him. So that was Mike Park, a lap down.
And there's Dustin
Robbins is right behind
Dustin
him.
Robbins, a lap down. So once the checkered flag comes out, everybody else gets it.
Can hear
Cole
some
came
sirens going on. Let's see who this is going to be.
Well, it's either Cole Clark because he leaves his on, or it turned off, so it's not
Yeah,
him.
he already came through.
That's Jody.
That's Jody Ford. I believe he could win his class in the stock
I think
class.
he'll end up being second.
Yeah, I think
Jason
second.
Walford's already come through.
I've just
he hits the timer, but I think we're okay.
There's Paul
We
Wolf.
definitely need to get a machine
Isn't
over
that
there
Paul
and
Wolf?
protect our timer.
Paul Wolf just came in right behind.
So now it's
So
gonna come
physical
down.
second, but it's going to come down to adjusted time. How far back is Jay Shaw or Cody Martin? Cody Martin started in 11th, so I'm trying to do some quick math. That's 2 or 3 minutes. It's going to be really, really close. But Paul Wolf physically crossing the line in the Pro Mod class in second position.
Which we should have seen Jay come in. I wonder if Jay's having a mechanical on that last lap.
Yeah, they weren't this far apart last lap, that is for sure.
So here comes another car through, the
Limping it.
529.
The front right, they have something broke on it.
So next through should either be Shaw or Martin.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, like you said, Shaw may be off pace a little bit. So did he catch a little break? I'm not sure. But Cody Martin, he's been pushing strong too. So it's going to be really close between Cody Martin and Jay Shaw.
There's Adam Cutts coming through.
Adam Cutts, but I believe he's a lap down. But he's still pushing all the way to the end. A great debut for his first race with Ultra 4 USA. Adam did a great run.
Yeah, anytime you can finish your first Ultra 4 race, you can call that a real successful day.
Oh, 100%.
Cody Martin.
Cody Martin. So Jay Shaw is dropped off. So it's going to be super close. I think he's going to bump Paul Wolf out. We are about to find out on the timer. No, Paul Wolf unofficially keeps that second spot.
Wow.
So it's Kyle Chaney, Paul Wolf, and Cody Martin unofficially here for the 2023 Raceline Wheels Rush Anniversary Bash.
Yeah, Paul was able to run almost
And that's
a
the top
40-second fast lap than Cody Martin on that
That's the
last
top
lap.
3 for
That is
Pro
insane.
Mod.
That's what got him that second place.
That's insane.
Because he was down, 23 seconds roughly going into that last
So
lap?
3
Yeah.
seconds splits them? Is that the math we're doing? Yeah, I think it's only 3 seconds that splits Paul Wolf and Cody Martin. Wow, talk about down to the wire.
Man, what a race.
Again, everything
3
is
seconds.
unofficial right
Unofficially,
now,
yep.
but
And Kyle Chaney officially has the fastest time right now at 15:40,
so
5:35.
racing for an hour and 57 minutes, and it comes down to 3 seconds.
Isn't that
Paul
insane?
Wolf, Cody Martin, what a show they just put on. But talking about a show, Kyle Chaney put on a clinic.
Yeah, and Paul Wolf on that last lap did a 15:41, which was only a second off Cheney's fast lap. So
Yeah,
Paul
so
was
Paul
definitely
Wolf
on
really
a heater
stepped it
that
on.
last lap. But, man, what about Cheney?
And look at Chaney. He's right now telling his story, saying what he did here and there, and reliving the race.
And he had a relatively smooth race. He got out front and
There is Jay Shaw. He just now
Jay
did
Shaw.
come through.
So Jay Shaw physically in that 4th position. So we'll see how it sticks. So something had to happen to put him off pace just a little bit. But Jay Shaw had such a great run all day long. Just about, let's see, a minute 45 seconds off the pace from 3rd to 4th.
Man,
And look
what a
at Paul
close
Wolf
race.
and Kyle Chaney telling their war stories out on course.
after 2 hours of racing to only be less than 2 minutes apart, that's a close race.
That was a very close race. There's Greaves coming through. That is Johnny Greaves just came through that finish line.
Well, it's been a pleasure having you in the Project X booth, James. I hate seeing you in the booth, I'll be honest. You were a great help. I wish you were out on track, but we'll see you out there once again. But again, you were such a huge help here in the booth. I thoroughly appreciate our friendship and your help here for the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Pam and Miles. I had a great time hanging out with you all in the booth. It'd have been a lot more fun to be on the track, but I mean, it was a great day either way.
I completely
It was
understand.
awesome racing.
Yep, it was a great race, and I'm sure you'll stick around the next day and see some more.
Yeah, we got more racing coming tomorrow with the EMC and the 4400 class.
Absolutely. Well, James, always a pleasure. Good to see you,
Thank
and
you,
we'll
Miles.
see you.
thanks.
We'll see you
Thanks,
around
Pam.
tonight. So there's Kyle Chaney. Kyle Cheney on screen there chatting up. We'll try to drag him over here and have a quick little chat because remember, it's a half hour before these results get a little more official. Everything still is unofficial as of right now, but I've got my hands tied that it's probably going to be Kyle Cheney, Paul Wolf, and then Cody Martin as it looks like. But we still have two other classes out there on course still battling. We still have the stock class and the pro mod. So in the stock, it's Jason Wofford in first. Second is Jody Ford. Third is Chris May for the stock class. In the open class, it's C.J. Greaves, Bill Hilliard, and then Johnny Greaves in the open class. Again, unofficial, but we'll see how all that shakes out. But that's going to be fun to watch as they come on because the pro mod, that's the pro mod, but we still have two other great races yet to come.
That was Aiden Gilbert just now that you saw go through the Raceline start finish.
Great to see that young man out there with such a great run. And that was a great way for, there's no pre-running like pre-running at race pace. So Casey Gilbert with a great run out there. It looks like the 710 comes through. That's Eric DeYoungie.
And Jamie McCoy just came through, finishing up his race.
Jamie McCoy had a good run, but it just wasn't quite enough today. But mark my words, he'll be back, and he'll be pushing strong.
He's always pushing hard every time. I mean, they're all out there for the win. And that looks like it is
Jeff Donda coming down with Philip McGilton riding shotgun. So Jeff Donda in that brand new Pro R build machine. Finishing, but I don't think he'll make the podium. Had a little bit of new car blues.
You got to work out the bugs.
So I just saw Chris May pulled off, so they may be a lap down. So he is off course. We'll see if he can get that time to stick or not. Again, everything we do say is unofficial until we dot our I's and cross our T's. There's a great shot of Kyle Cheney. He's got his Raceline wheels hat on. Again, if you're just joining us, we're just wrapping up the Pro Mod. We still have the stock and the open out there. But right now, for the 2023 Raceline Wheels Rush Off-Road Anniversary Bash, Kyle Cheney looks like he's the one that took it all. We'll see how it shakes out. There's a great shot of Paul Wolf and his daughter waving to the camera, all excited. It looks like unofficial second for Paul Wolf. We'll try to drag a few of those racers over here, have some chats with them as we're finishing up everything else. So Jeremy Blackburn just crossed, but we should have Wofford coming through here very soon. So Jason Wofford, we need to keep an eye out for a single-seater.
Well, this is Zach Pollard coming down.
Zach Pollard.
With Steven Roberts right behind him.
Steven Rogers.
Or Rogers, I'm sorry about that.
Good.
And then John Seaman coming down here as well.
The checkered flag is out for everyone.
And here comes a single seat right here, and that is Wofford coming down.
So I believe this is our physical first place finisher for the stock class. Jason Wofford taking the checkered flag. Well, remember, this race is on adjusted time, but I do believe Jason Wofford probably will walk away with this race. So we're going to It's been a great race so far. We just saw Jason Wofford take the checkered flag for the stock class. We're going to take a quick break and be right back after this. for the 2023 Raceline Wheels Rush Off-Road Anniversary Bash. We just missed CJ Greaves come through and grab the checkered flag for the open class, but we have none other than Johnny Greaves, his dad, here in the booth with us. Johnny, a pleasure having you here at Ultra 4.
Thank you. It's a lot of fun. I mean, this is our first time being here, and we just thought, let's go here and support these guys and see what it's all about. And holy man, I'm a little confused that those guys call that fun.
It's a lot out there. So obviously you come from the short course world. We've been racing Crandon the last few years, and I've become a huge fan of what you guys do. Watching you guys back those cars in the corner, and then you guys have come back out, race KOH. I talked to CJ a couple weeks ago when he came to Mid-America, and now having you guys race Ultra 4, it's really cool to see all the genres you guys do.
Yeah, well, thank you. I mean, there was no backing it in out there today.
Well, sometimes you had to back up, right?
Yeah, there was backing up, and there was running over trees, and oh man,
it was rough out there. Not what you're normally used to.
Like I hope the camera caught 1/3 of some of the stuff I ran into and saw because I want to replay it. I mean, I've never seen it before, and now to really be in it and experience it, and then to see all the carnage and guys flipping and a trail blocked, there's a guy upside down, and then
so you take the alternate.
And then the alternate was blocked, and so I'm just sitting there kind of waiting my turn, and a bunch of these guys that finally catch up to you, they just send it into the woods, and they're like up on trees balancing and falling off of
over.
trees.
Yeah. Remember, it's 50 feet from center line of course, so that's part of it.
Well,
but
they made a lot of new courses out there, but it was pretty cool.
Take your chances, right?
Yeah.
So it's great to have you and your son out here racing in those brand new Polaris Pro Rs. Do you think you'll come back later on in the season, or what? Do you have any game plan?
Yeah, we'd really like to come back. After our season is over, we're getting close to that where we're starting to test and
because then you got to really gear into your main
short course. But my whole thing is I just want to stay driving and stay fresh and keep my mind sharp. And I said,
there's nothing better than seat time.
Yeah, let's just keep racing all winter long. So we've been doing, the Red Bull ice races, and then we had this little lull, and I'm like, well, let's go check out that Ultra 4 and Rush. And
did you have any favorite parts of the course?
Yeah, that uphill's pretty cool. You get to the top, and there's some rocks, and you actually bunny hop up there. It feels like, moto or off-road or whatever. But
and it's pretty steep. That hill's steep right there.
Yeah, it really, really shows you what these cars are capable of. But once you make a lap around this course and you drive it hard, you think there should be nothing left of it, and then you just keep on going and going, and so pretty impressive.
You did amazing out there. So welcome to the Ultra 4 USA Regionals.
Yeah, we had a good time, and when time permits, we'll definitely be back.
For sure. Are you guys sticking around to watch the rest of the races, or are you guys going to head back home?
CJ's sticking around. I'm going to take off. I've been kind of on vacation a little bit, and he actually picked me up at the airport. We landed at 4 o'clock on Tuesday or Wednesday, and he picked me up at the airport, and I jumped in there, and we rode 10 hours here, and good thing he had everything loaded and ready to go. And so I need to get back to the shop and get things ready. And
awesome.
We'll. I think he heads to the MAO race at Wheatland next weekend. He's going to debut a Pro Light, which he hasn't done in like 15 years.
Yeah, so. I've heard rumor of that.
Yeah, I'd really like to go. I'm going to see how my schedule is, but
how it shakes out.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Have you raced at Wheatland yourself ever?
Before they had that track they have now.
Okay.
There was an earlier Lucas Series, and they didn't have that track done yet.
Okay.
I raced there then, but I haven't been on that new track. I really want to, but nobody races there.
Next time.
Yeah.
If we do have a next time there. Well, it was a pleasure having you up here for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, an absolute legend in the short course world. And Race King of the Hammers with us, race here at Ultra 4. Johnny, a thorough pleasure having you out here. You and CJ, it's great.
Yeah,
thanks for everything.
Thank you.
So the one and only Johnny Greaves out here racing with us at Ultra 4. So we're going to switch things up a little bit. We're going to take a quick break and be right back with more racing action.
Yeah.
no matter what, it's never an easy event, and it never will be, and that's what makes King of the Hammers King of the Hammers. Tire choice is everything. I mean, to have a tire that's reliable and consistent and drives well out in the desert, but yet when we get to these crazy rock sections, still has grip and performs, and we can hit these sharp, jagged edge rocks and not have a problem, is what we need. And the Rockzillas definitely are second to none when it comes to the UTV tires. And it just speaks traction. It's got big lugs hanging off the side. It's got big lugs down the side of the sidewall of the tire. If you're gonna look for something that makes traction and is gonna grip and rocks and dirt and everything, you look at a Rockzilla and go, man, that thing looks like it's gonna do the job right there.
We are back to the 2023 Raceline Wheels Rush Off-Road Anniversary Bash, and we have our unofficial race winner in the Project X booth, Kyle Cheney. Kyle, how's it going, buddy?
Oh, man, it's great to be here. Glad to finish that race. That was definitely tough. I knew it was going to be really bad with all the dust and how many entries there were and how short the track was. And, you know, kind of off the start, I kind of got a little maybe rowdy a little bit a couple times. I had to settle down. So I knew it was a long race, and just kept clicking off laps. And all my guys said I was doing good every lap. Just keep it up, stay smooth, and you know, we ended up here. So
you've raced a little bit of everything. I think you've won King of the Hammers 3 times in a row in the rocks, a couple times in the desert. You've done well in the 4400 claw and a Can-Am, and then you come out here to a regional race and put it to them. I mean, you put a wheel in your hand, you're going to give it all you got, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then. That's what I always say. So, you know, there's a lot of luck in this stuff too. It's not just skill, but you got to have good equipment. You got to have a good team. You've teamed up with Team Momentum recently. Yeah, teamed up with Team Momentum. I wasn't even going to race Ultra 4 this year because I was going to do all of Mid-America, the short course.
Okay, yep. And you're still doing that.
I still am.
You're busy.
And then I'm doing all of Champ Off-Road and a Pro 4 and in a side-by-side. And it was just kind of like too much to do the Ultra 4 thing too. And, you know, Brian Fulcher, called me right after Hammers, and we just started talking, and he wanted me to race Ultra 4 with him and Robert. And like, man, I don't know. It's just a lot to do. I told him no a bunch of times, and then, after
you just couldn't stay away. Well,
yeah,
unfortunate situation.
Yeah, definitely an unfortunate situation, and now I'm glad I took his offer and came here to race and help his kids out and help Robert's kid out, and hopefully me and him will be on the podium together here sometime this year.
Yeah, well, it's great to see you have out here. I mean, like I said, we've raced King of the Hammers quite a bit. It's great to see what you'll do with Champ now with MAO and here at Ultra 4. I mean, you're giving it all you got. It's great to see.
Yeah, no, I couldn't do it without my team. I got a great group of guys behind me, so without them, I couldn't do it. I may be able to race one series, but with all the guys at home and all the guys behind the scenes and everybody that does everything for me, I just sit back and work cattle.
and go hunting a little bit, right?
Yeah, hunt a little bit. That's off season though.
But I want to reflect on something. So you came through here earlier and you were on Jay Shaw's tail, right? Right through the start finish, and you made that pass out here. I mean, you must have been giving all you had because you and Jay Shaw were in a dogfight.
Yeah. Me and him went at it for there for the first half of the race, and Jay's a great driver, and I got ahead of him early, and then he was able to pass me back, and I made a mid-race charge, and it was now or never. So I was tired of eating his dust.
Yeah, I'll bet. So how did he get around you the first time? Either or?
No, I don't really want to talk about it.
Okay, I get you. No worries.
Yeah.
But it was a good race all the way to the finish. Again, everything is unofficial right now, but it's looking good for you. What a great race.
Yeah, no, it was a great race. All these guys are fast. That was another reason, when he, offered to race Ultra 4. I'm like, what, there's some fast guys there, and, I think it's just going to make me a better all-around racer.
That's what Johnny Greaves just said. There's nothing better than seat time. So the more seat time you have is just going to make you, all your skills a lot more sharp.
Absolutely. Yeah, and, following Johnny Greaves here. You know, he was just in this seat. So
Yeah, how cool's that?
I mean, besides him drinking Bud Light yesterday, he's pretty
no.
cool.
All in good fun. And you'll be racing with him here in just a few months up there in Champ.
Yeah.
You'll be chasing him around in the Pro 4s.
Gosh, I hope so. I mean, if I can see the back of his truck, then
You're doing something right.
Yeah, I'm doing something right.
Now, did you go into today with a strategy in your, besides wanting to win, a strategy in your head of pre-running and doing your laps and knowing which lines you were going to stick with the whole time, or did you have to change any of that up during the race today?
Not really. I mean, after hammers, that's like brain overload.
Oh, it is. Tell me about it.
This is, this was easy. Like, not the race wasn't easy, but like, strategy and everything, like, here is way less. Like,
it's just racing.
5% of the strategy that goes into hammers.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, no, still racing, still hard race. You're still racing the fastest guys in the world here. So,
I know.
There's still strategy involved, but, it's more go out there and, like, figure out, let the track fall into place and let us fall into place and then, make your moves.
Did the course start falling apart at all? Like some of those new trails we cut, they're very loose, and we did cut a lot of trees down. Were some of those roots starting to pop up throughout the course?
A little bit, but the track was great. I mean, if it wasn't for the dust and the track was fun. Like, it flowed really good. It was super technical.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. We spent a lot of time laying it out and making it happen, and we'd cut the course and we'd do it, and then we'd take another lap and we're like, nope, we got to get that tree and make it flow, because we just didn't want to. Just wanted to flow. And sometimes if you hit some of these corners and you had to jog too much, there was some of that. Don't get me wrong, but it just felt like a really flowy course.
After I got around Jay, I got a lap where I didn't really have anybody in front of me, no lap traffic, and like it just flowed. The car came together, the track came together, and you could just rip, and it was
awesome.
that lap was freaking awesome. Like,
did have the fastest lap of the day at a 15:40.
Nice, cool, yeah. Is there an award for that?
I don't know if there is or not, but it was a great run.
Everybody always wants to have the fastest. Everybody always wants to have the fastest lap, but it's whoever finishes the race first.
Yeah, 15:40, 5:35 is what
I'll take it.
I would too. That's great.
But, yeah, it's been a great day of racing. We still have the Youth 170s coming up tonight here in about a half hour. So I think we're going to push the awards to after the Youth 170 race. And then we'll be giving away some awards tonight thanks to LaserNut and 360 Wrap. But what a great, great race. It's been so much fun. And then tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., we'll kick off the 45 and the 48s. And then at 2 o'clock, we kick off the 4,400 class. It's going to be a great day of racing, but it sounds like you're going to skip out tonight because you got a big race next weekend as well.
I do, yeah.
You're join us at MAO, right?
Yeah, MAO's at Wheatland, and that track is awesome. Like, if anybody, wants to come to a great spectator event, that track is sweet. That's going to be.
There's some big jumps on the backside.
There's some big jumps, and there's going to be some stiff competition there. Plus, they're having some pro lights too. And from a birdie, I heard CJ Greaves may be
Johnny
a pro
just said it, so it ain't a birdie. CJ's coming to race with us at MAO Racing. It's going to be
it's going to be awesome. I can't wait.
Year.
I've never been to Wheatland.
Oh, it's awesome.
Been around the short course world. I've never been there. It's super exciting. Did you go do the test? They had some testing days?
Yep. It was awesome. Drove all the way there.
Yeah, that's a pretty good haul just for a test and tune day.
Yeah, and we only got maybe 20 minutes of track time, but
it was worth it.
It's worth it. Yeah, I went there and I put in my time. You got to put in your time.
100%, and that's what you do. I mean, you're all the time out there testing and tuning, and you do a lot of your own work on the cars, right?
Yeah.
Jason Watt helps for sure. I'm not saying that by any means.
Jason helps. I've got
you're
a
very involved.
Full-time mechanic, Jib. I call him Jebediah. He's not really Amish, but we call him Jebediah. And then Austin, I've got a full-time fabricator welder who works on the truck and helps too, and he also now is a farm hand. Now he's working on farm equipment.
A farm Can-Am and a farm tractor.
The farm tractor, yeah. I mean, we took the the MIG or TIG out of his hand, put old stick welder in his hand.
And that's all it means, huh?
Yep.
All right, well, Kyle Chaney, we'll see how it all shakes out, but it's looking really, really good for you. Congratulations for your unofficial win. Lots of fun watching you. Always enjoy watching a wheel in your hand, and we'll see you next weekend at MAO. So we're going to take a quick break and be right back after this.
comes to suspension tuning, there's only one name we trust, Double E Racing. Double E Racing. We help build champions.
Ready for any challenge. Max's tires can handle even the most punishing off-road conditions. Max's tires. Tread victoriously.
We are back for the Raceline Wheels Rush Off-Road Anniversary Bash, and we have Zach Pollard in here in the Project X booth, and you're missing part of your race suit. What's going on, buddy?
Yeah, it's hanging down here behind me. Man, we had a wild race.
You were fast, too, for a little while until you weren't.
Yeah, I hope I was fast because I was pushing it.
You were definitely fast.
Yeah.
So what happened?
To be completely honest with you, I don't really know. I was passing a guy. I guess he was in a Razor and passing to his right, and then there was a tree that didn't want to move.
So just smoked a tree, huh?
Well, that's what the guy that walked over to me said I did. And he was like, "Hey, man, you hit that pretty hard." And
he's like, "Are you all right?"
Well, the car was off, and my only instinct was to hit the start button. And I was trying to crank the car, and it wouldn't crank, and it wouldn't crank. So we got out, and so it broke the seat off.
So you took a hard hit.
Yeah, it broke the seat. It didn't break the mounts for the seat. On the bottom, it broke the 18-inch long mounts.
Wow,
it broke
crazy.
them all the way down the sides. Bent the steering wheel like a fishbowl, both hands just straight through it, down to the dash. Broke the frame down the center, so when I'm hitting jumps now, it's opening up like a butterfly.
Oh,
so
my
you're
goodness.
going to be done with it for a little bit.
Well,
Yeah, I think it's time for a chassis. Yeah.
He's not going to be able to race it. Well, I don't know. You just said that you did 2 laps with a broken arm.
Yeah.
How did you do that?
Well, he said, is it broke? And I said, man, I think so, because I couldn't feel my hands. But I bet I had an adrenaline rush.
Hands or hand?
Hand. Yeah. And I was starting to come back mentally a little bit as to what had happened. And I guess my first thought was, I got to finish this race.
Right.
So I went back over, figured out the issue. A wire had ripped in half along the frame and the harness, and stripped it with my teeth, twisted it back together, got in the car, got it running again. Got on down the track just one-handed, and I guess he called in and said, "Hey, somebody, we think he broke his arm. He's coming." And I come down this hill into the area down here, and I thought to myself, should I stop or should I just keep going? And I was like, I can drive one-handed. So
one more lap,
yeah,
huh?
I don't know if it was 1, 2, or 3, to be honest with you. It's kind of a daze from when it happened to now. But
can't imagine. You're a madman. That's crazy.
Finished out the race, pulled in. Right when I pulled down here to the pits to see the team, the car just stopped steering, and one tire split.
It's
one
hurt.
way, one split. Oh yeah, it's totaled out, man.
Oh,
it's
bummer.
totaled.
So did your Walmart blower make it through all the way?
Oh yeah.
All right.
I had clean air the whole time.
That was so funny.
so I'm giving him a hard time, but his pumpers quit working the other day, and then he puts on Facebook and tags us and said, "Hey, I'm at Walmart and I got one of those air mattress blower uppers," and he's wires it up, puts a air filter on it, and he had a blower hooked up, and that's probably $18 compared to a $300 pumper, probably.
Yeah, $300 to $400, something like that.
If it worked, you'll just keep with it then, right?
For sure.
That's what I was saying earlier. The redneck way. When in doubt, figure it out. And old Zach Pollard got it done.
And it's funny you say that. We blew a belt. Oh, I blew a belt. Probably one more lap after, because I think I did a lap and a half since the wreck. And I blew.
So with a broken shoulder, you changed the belt?
I changed the belt without a belt tool. The belt tool flew out of the car during the wreck.
Oh, my goodness.
And I couldn't find it. So I went looking for it, came back, and
Wow.
I thought I was out of the race. That's
And
why,
there it is right there.
There's pieces of belt left in that secondary and primary.
And you
wow.
You were telling me how pretty impressive your clutching is, right?
Mm-hmm. I love it.
Do 130 miles an hour?
KWI and other companies have really worked with us to get that car dialed in for high speed stuff. And we didn't really set it up for this kind of racing, and it kind of hurt us a little bit. But the car still performed really well in high all the way through the course. Never really had to put it in low. But like I said, I had to change that belt without a belt tool. So basically what I did is walked on the primary, walked as far as I could on the secondary, started the car.
So kind of like a bicycle chain, just kind of roll it up?
And what people don't know is there are fins on the secondary make it very hard to get that belt on, even with the tool, with a belt box liner in. But I walked it on, then used my foot and pushed the belt against the primary.
And there's your steering wheel all bent up.
Oh, yeah. But you can see the dash, the white or the red on the left.
Oh,
and
it's
the right,
completely
the black,
off.
Where it's separated. Yep,
that's because your frame is separating.
Yeah, it's broken in half.
Well, there's a perseverance
award.
award. You get it for sure for finishing out this race today.
I don't want to let our guys down. I don't want to let my best friend Kyle, who does all this stuff with me, our sponsors. If we can finish the race, I really wanted a podium today. I know we got what it takes. That tree just didn't want to move.
Your bumper looks good.
Oh, yeah. So
what did you hit it with?
I hit it on the left A-arms, the driver's side A-arms. And that's just a testament to how strong the Texaco Tech arms are. They're
that is impressive.
They're crazy strong. Yeah, it broke the frame.
It's stronger than your shoulder.
Yeah. You're wrong for that.
His shoulder's okay. It's right here in his arm.
Yeah. But,
wow,
tough break there.
Yeah, tough break. No pun intended, huh?
Yeah. Well, multi-intended.
Yeah.
You are one tough man because I would not finish out a race with a broken arm. I can tell you that much right now.
Yeah. We had to finish one way or another. So, hey, what did I come in?
I'm not sure exactly right now.
I'm trying to look at the timing to see exactly where you were, but you were a little off pace.
Yeah, something off pace.
Sorry, we're staring over here at a leaderboard. Not sure exactly where you're at on that, but wow, awesome job though finishing. And like you said, you're trying to finish out for your sponsors and everything.
Looks like overall in 32nd and 15th in class, so that's not bad.
Not bad for a broken arm.
It's a finish.
Hey, remember you took a nap for a little bit.
Yeah. There's no telling. I don't know where the guy came from.
He
just walked up on me.
Well, we have people all over the race course.
Yeah, I probably blew past him.
But was it a fellow racer that came to check on you?
I don't remember.
Well,
I know he's a guy.
Yeah, well, perfect.
Whoever you are, thank you.
Yeah. But I love seeing the sportsman on that. But Zach Pollard, man, you're a madman. But great job. Always great seeing you out here. I know you'll get a new car back in action. Hate to see that happen, but you'll be back in action. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back after this.
Man.
Back for the Raceline Wheels Rush Off-Road Anniversary Backs, and we are here in the Project X booth, and once again, Paul Wolf is joining us.
What's up?
Unofficially second place, and you pushed on that last lap.
Yeah, I pushed hard. I made a mistake on the very first lap. The leader, I can't think of his name, Atkins, I believe.
Yeah, Carson Atkins. He got the whole shot on you. I wasn't expecting that.
He definitely got me. he pulled me pretty hard. That turbo on that thing looked pretty
It
good.
ripped, didn't it? And then you were instantly in his dust. But
yeah, and I was running in his dust, and I tried an option line early in the race. They get around him, and I actually let Kyle open the door for Kyle to get around me.
Oh, okay. Well, I was wondering what happened because it wasn't like you to drop
There was an
back.
option line. I liked the left line, and everybody apparently did. And
so you took the right, and it wasn't the right
I took the
one.
right, and Kyle got around me there. And then I was in both of their dust really bad, and I actually went the wrong way. There's a section up there you got to turn right, and I drove straight, and I turned around. And I was coming back, and I seen Jay coming at me, so I pulled over and let Jay go by, and then got in behind everybody.
Okay, so got a little lost. That's bad luck, but you were able to push back up.
Yeah. So it really hurt me early there on, and then able to get going again, get moving, start running the car again, getting it going, and learning. Like I was really happy with everything. The car's, for me, is brand new car. It's the first time I had it out. Literally put it together right before we came Wednesday. We were putting exhaust on it and the shocks on it Wednesday. So
you're working on a Can-Am last minute. You're working on your big car last minute. You're down to the wire.
It was very hectic.
You Cantrelled us, didn't you?
Yes, I
was
did.
going to say
it was. James was in full spirit there.
And we were talking to James earlier. He helped call this race. He was a huge help, by the way. And he was talking about your steering, the whole hydraulic setup. That's pretty wild.
Yeah, it's really good. I know me and Jay Shaw run it, and it works really well. I'm back and forth on it. So one of the downsides is you lose the feeling.
The feedback, right?
So like races like this, I almost want the feedback because you can check traction better.
And you can feel the ruts and which way.
Yeah, you can feel where the car is. But like when you get into the big rocks, like running up the rock valley there, I like to have the hydraulic steering because I can power through it if I have to.
Yeah, it's not ripping the hand out. You're pushing the rocks. The rocks aren't pushing you.
Yeah, exactly. So it gives and takes. Depending on what style of racing we go to is what I favorite or when I don't favorite.
How hard? It'd be pretty hard to swap back and forth, correct?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's way too much
built
work.
into the car.
Once you do it to the car's set up with it, and that's pretty much where it's got to stay. Can-Am, the factory steering units are getting really good now, and
so you're
you
entertaining.
Can run quickeners.
Yeah, okay.
I'm back and forth. If we did more of this, like I call this GNCC style.
Yep,
This is
the old
what
school,
it kind of is. Yeah, old school stuff. I would rather go and run that style.
Well, just get another car.
Yeah, they're a little expensive. They're getting to be a little pricey these days.
I get that. No doubt about it.
But no, Kyle laid it down. Hats off to him. He was moving, did really well. I think a little bit of work to the car, and I'll be back after him. So
it looks like. Really did you have any flats on the Nittos?
No. Awesome. Nittos held great. Did awesome job. Everything on the car actually held up really well. And I didn't have tree kickers on the car, so the trailing arms, radius rods.
They took a little bit of a beating, huh?
They did, yeah. And again, it goes back to we're racing Ultra 4 and Woods. Here you need a Woods car.
Yep.
Yeah,
it's give and take.
And not trying to discredit Kyle. He was.
He ran a great race.
So, but I think I can catch him.
Okay, so he's got a target on his back, and it sounds like he's going to be racing with us more. So
yeah,
it'll be exciting to see you two battle it out.
I'm looking forward to getting into the rock side of this.
Yeah,
I think that's where that's where I feel like I'm comfortable at is in the rocks. I do better, so I'm excited to get into the rocks and get a battle against him. And you got Cody, who about outran me. I think I got him by like 3
seconds. It was. It was down to the wire.
They came in on the radio in the last lap, and they said, "Hey, Cody's got you. He's ahead of you. I don't know by how much time." They told me 20 seconds.
They were fibbing to you.
Were they? Okay. They
I
told
don't
me
know.
he was ahead by 20 seconds, and they said, "Make it up if you can." So I laid it down.
Just gave it all it had, huh?
Me and Cody have raced, so I know he knows I'm going to go in the last lap, and he's going to do the exact same thing. So
it was down to the wire.
I love it. I was telling you, Chris and I, we have hand signals because he's over there wanting to know how many more laps before the white flag comes out, telling you on the radio. We have our own sign language.
So we got to work on our communication with everybody in our crew because they were telling me, Robert, I had another guy.
Well, it was back and forth for a minute.
And it's back and forth until they getting excited and jumping around. And honestly, I didn't realize Kyle was physically in front of me. So I knew Jay was. I didn't know where Kyle was. And so I was only looking for Jay, and I would see him every once in a while, so I wasn't worried about it. Well, then I found out that
Kyle was ahead of him.
Ahead of me. Yeah,
like,
so I took that option lane. Kyle got all the way past me, and I just got in his dust, and I thought it was the Atkins. Behold, they told me, hey, he's physically in front of you. I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah, you're like, uh-oh, here we go, huh?
Yeah, I should have started pushing sooner, but the car held together. We finished, got second. I'm happy with that.
I mean, that's what it's all about. I mean,
it's kind of cool to see Can-Am take over the podium again.
Right.
So once again, yeah, top 3, 1, 2, 3 Can-Am once again.
yeah, definitely. And it was awesome battle, and really happy the car held up great. A lot of good companies on there, a lot of good parts in that car.
Yeah, now we saw your car just a moment ago, and it looked like a dedicated single seat, right?
Yeah, I went ahead and did that. Especially out here, I don't like having a passenger in the car with me, just because
you don't want to hurt somebody else.
Yeah, and we're pushing fast enough out here. If we hit a tree, it's gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt. Well, you saw this baller smoked his arm.
Yeah, so
there.
It's definitely gonna hurt if you hit a tree that hard. So yeah, it definitely went. And I don't really have I got Travis Skelton who rides with me at Hammers and Mint and all that, and he's a really good co-driver, and he never complains. But it's just one of the things I cannot risk.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with it. But, hey, a great run. We'll see how it all shakes out. Unofficial second place. Paul Wolf, a man on the mission. I can't wait to watch you in the 4,400 race tomorrow.
Yeah.
Looks like we are going to go to the youth race here in a little bit, but we're going to take a quick break and have some more racing action coming up here in just a moment. So we'll be right back. Welcome back to the 2023 Raceline Wheels Rush Off-Road Anniversary Bash. I am Miles Hasquist alongside Pam Hall. We've got another great guest. Cody Martin joins us here in the Project X booth, and you just bumped out by 3 seconds by Paul Wolf. You ran a great race.
Yeah, it was awesome. Real fast-paced race. We had a little bit of trouble right there at last couple of laps, but I mean, we did everything. We started 11th, so we had to get through some people. These other two guys, they started up right up at the front. So
and you were, 11th, if I remember right?
Yeah, 11th, so 6th row. I think they were on the first and second row. So we put in some work, and, I mean, awesome outcome. So
yeah, it was great to see that out there. I mean, you pushed hard, and to race for an hour and 57 minutes and to be down to 3 seconds, are you kidding me? I mean, that's wild.
I mean, it seems like every time we race, the top several are always, right there.
You see them, you want them, so you're chasing that dust.
Yeah, we, of course, had our spotter, kind of giving us times, and we were just kind of pushing and pushing and pushing. And, of course, we can always think back after and be like, I could have picked up 3 seconds. But
absolutely.
I mean, we had a lot of bad luck on the way up here. We blew a motor up in a truck and got broke down on the side of the road. And had to borrow a truck, so it's nice to be on the podium and at least have
no doubt.
a decent weekend after a big loss.
Sounds like a lot of people have had some issues this weekend.
Yeah, well, my luck, I always have issues or something's always going on. So
Kyle Cheney and Paul Wolf were both in single seats. You had a co-driver,
yeah,
right?
I had a co-driver this time. My co-driver, Rick Spencer, he's rode with me for the first time at Hammers, so this is his first East Coast race. So my comms wire to my helmet broke on the first lap.
That's handy.
So we had no communication. We went back old school, went to straight hand signals, and the last, he could hear out to our pit crew, but I couldn't. I couldn't hear him. So
he had a little bit of communication.
He had some communication, and finally at one point I just picked up my visor. I'm like, where are we at? What are we doing? Tell me something. And he's like, just go. And he was screaming at me the last couple laps, just go. We're this close, just go. And we lost. I don't know if we clipped something or kind of bent a hub or something like that.
Had a little bit of wiggle wobble.
The only brakes I had, I'd have to pump them all the way down the straightaway to have just a little bit in the corner.
Caliper must have been out and kept pushing the. Caliper must have been bent and pushing the.
So we pushed as hard as we could with what we had. I mean, if that's all the carnage after an hour and 50-something minute race for pushing that hard.
That's pretty wild.
This Nitro Racing Parts Can-Am, I mean, it's top-notch. Everything on it's awesome.
There it is right there. You got a lot of good parts on there.
Oh, everything on that thing's superior. I mean, we run what we run for a reason. So, MRT tires held up great. Everything on it was just, shocks were great.
I like how you have your belt on there.
And look at
Yep.
Liam O'Donnell's going to check you for tire balls a little bit.
He ain't going to find nothing.
No, I know, but it's good to see that we treat everybody equal, and we're checking it out. I think that's a great thing to do.
No, running those, I've run those forever. I mean, I've run those won multiple races on the same set of those things, so I don't run anything inside of them. We just went with it and never worried about it, and you can see they're all holding air, and we never changed a tire. And I kind of saw everyone running these single-seaters, and I'm like, all right, they're more power, they're lighter.
And less weight.
Don't have another person in them. And I still ran a spare tire and a extra person in there. And last year I broke a wheel here, so I didn't want to chance that again.
Yeah, no doubt. So out there on course, it was tight. Was there your favorite section out there? Or your least favorite, either or?
It kind of seems like every section was different every time you went through. Sometimes it'd be clear, sometimes it'd be dust, sometimes you'd be in,
so
right on somebody.
You're talking about.
But just overall, I've always the course here at Rush. It's a fast-paced race.
It's
through
a
the woods.
Sprint.
It's my type of track.
Well, and Greaves was saying, he was going to go down one line, and there was somebody, it was all clogged, and he went down the other line, and that one was clogged as well. And it's just like, what do you do?
So he had to try to make his own trail.
I always try to do my homework a little bit. Actually McCoy rolled over on the first lap, and I think he was in the line, and we jumped out just right outside the course right there, and some trees, ran over some bushes, and got
right
back in.
And within 50 feet of the course, that's part of it.
We were within 20
I'm just
feet
saying,
of the course.
it's 100% legal. That's part of the deal.
Yeah,
sometimes that's going to happen.
I'm not a very patient person, so when something like that happens, I'm willing to drive
on or
over.
off course, or both.
I'm sorry?
On or off course?
Either. But when something does happen and they're that slow, I'm driving over a tree.
Oh, yeah, you'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'm taking that chance. So
exactly. But, what a great race to be racing, like I said, for 2 hours, down to 3 seconds. It's unofficial, but it's looking like the step on the podium after a rough start coming out here.
Oh, yeah. And I mean,
it's great to see it.
Down to 3 seconds, we knew the competition was going to be here this weekend. When have we ever raced against 60 other competitors?
It's the biggest car count we've ever had in a regional race.
Gotcha. Okay, so
especially on the east side.
I wasn't sure.
Over 60.
Yeah, I wasn't sure of the record on
signed
that.
Up.
There's a lot of new people, and a lot of.
And how cool
it's
is
the best.
Cheney, Greaves. Yeah. I mean, we got some big names that are coming to play with us.
It was a stacked build.
Oh, it was stacked.
Stacked build.
We were adding it up, and there's a dozen guys that could have come out here and dominated, and it's the best of the best. So. That's awesome.
And that's what you want.
Right.
I mean, the better or the more competition you race against makes you better as well.
100%. And it pushes us more, and you get to thinking. You think outside the box.
Exactly.
I'm
on
all down
and
for
off
it.
course.
Well, and, we're competitive. That's why we race. You
really?
want to race against the best. I don't want to come out here and race against just
lap
anybody.
Everybody.
Yeah.
That's no fun.
No, I want to race against the best.
Absolutely. It looks like we're
It
about.
only makes you better.
Oh, yeah.
Right? If
Yeah.
there's people that are out there better than you and you're trying to push to be like that, you're only going to push yourself to get that much
Right.
better.
Better prep, better everything.
Everything.
It looks like we're about 10 minutes or so away from sending out the Youth 170, so that'll be
Gotcha.
fun to watch. And then after that, we'll do the award. So definitely stick around and
think
cheer
that-
on these little guys and gals.
I think
It's
that's
really
going to
cool
be my
see.
next build. I got a 170 sitting in the shop. I've got a 3.5-year-old little girl.
All right, I like it.
It's
I
going to
like
be
it.
time coming soon.
Heck yeah, bring the whole family affair, and that's what we push with Ultra 4 USA.
Yeah.
Is the family affair, and everybody brings their wife and kids, and now you can bring your kids out to watch you and race.
Well, and the sportsmanship too. We're all here competing against each other, and we all want to win. But off the track, everyone's helping each other,
Exactly.
and there's very few
why it's
sports
such
you
a-
can go and someone's going to give you their last part or their only spare part, so you
100%.
can race them against them on the track and not beat them in the pits.
I love that pits. Like if somebody comes in and nobody else is in there, 6
Right.
teams run over and just offer, ask,
Yeah.
and grab a jack, grab some tools, and like you said, an extra part. I'll
Right.
take your part to your buddy that's broke down out on course.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, it's all about
sportsmanship we have here
sportsmanship,
is
yep.
amazing.
And it's just one big family. We're just one big happy family. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
I needed something before the race, and I went by McCoy's pit, and no questions asked. Hey, here you go. Whatever. So you got to thank.
And karma's going to come back to all of us because we
Right.
all are doing that. So it's
Yeah.
great to see.
For sure.
So it's been a great race, Cody. Martin, great run, unofficial third. We'll see how it shakes out, but we will give away those Laser Nut awards here in just a minute, wrapped by 360 Wrap. We'll take a quick break, and we'll do some youth racing coming up here very shortly.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Get it, boys.
No matter what, it's never an easy event, and it never will be, and that's what makes King of the Hammers King of the Hammers. Tire choice is everything. I mean, to have a tire that's reliable and consistent and drives well out in the desert, but yet when we get to these crazy rock sections, still has grip and performs, and we can hit these sharp, jagged edge rocks and not have a problem, is what we need. And the Rockzilla is definitely our second to none when it comes to the UTV tires. And it just speaks traction. It's got big lugs hanging off the side. It's got big lugs down the side of the sidewall of the tire. If you're gonna look for something that makes traction and is gonna grip in rocks and dirt and everything, you look at a Roxilla and go, man, that thing looks like it's gonna do the job right there.
When it comes to suspension tuning, there's only one name we trust, Double E Racing.
Double E Racing. We help build champions.
Ready for any challenge. Maxxis tires can handle even the most punishing off-road conditions. Maxxis tires. Tread victoriously.
We are back for the 2023 Raceline Wheels Rush Off-Road Anniversary Bash. We are about to kick off the Youth 170 race. This is going to be a points race all year long. It'll be really exciting to see. It's going to be just right here at the Raceline start-finish line. I'm going to say it's probably a 300-yard little kidney bean-looking race, and they're going to be raced for 15 minutes, and these guys and gals are going to just give it their all, and I love seeing this, the future of our sport. What do you like calling them, the Tiny Tots?
I call them the Tiny Tots. This is my favorite class because I love it.
Yeah, it's great. So we have Mason Dowker,
Xander Walraven in the number 118.
Brian Fulcher.
Brian Fulcher is in the unlimited class. And then we have Raleigh May in the unlimited class. Xander Walraven is the only one that's in our limited class here. And Mason is also in that unlimited. They're getting a sight lap right now from the one and only Mr. JT Taylor.
So Brian Fulcher, Peanut, number 180 out of Fayetteville, North Carolina with Team Momentum Racing. He's in the 4900 170 unlimited class. He's in a Polaris Performance East, Wheel Pros, Fuel Wheels, KMC, Mr. RPM, Air Dam Clutches, Super ATV, PCF, and CT Raceworks. Side by side is going to be Mason Dowker out of Michigan. That's Tad Dowker's son with North Shore Wasteworks in the unlimited class, and mom and dad are helping him out. We still have Xander Walraven out of Oak Ridge, North Carolina with 118 off-road in the limited class. PPEI, JW Performance, CT Raceworks, Simpson, Stylo Helmets, Double E Suspension, Murray Power Sports, Extreme Machine FB, Elka UTV Race Shop. And then we have Raleigh Hurricane May out of Townsville, South Carolina. This is Chris May's daughter. I believe he just got third in his UTV race with May Motorsports in the unlimited class. May Motorsports single seat, Maxxis Barnes four-wheel drive, Brannick Motorsports crawl off-road, full throttle battery. So we have four of these young guys and gals out there getting ready to run around. JT Taylor's talking to all the moms and dads, getting everything going, but I'm getting some thumbs up. We should be racing here very shortly. So it looks like Brian Fulcher and Mason Dowker out front, and then Xander Walraven and Hurricane Raleigh May.
This is going to be an exciting class. Raleigh May, she is one that will definitely not let up. She had some issues at our Legends of the Fall, and she said, no, let me go. And it was just like a little bit of a break on her car, and she kept going on.
Oh, yeah. I love these young guys and gals out there having fun. Their parents are here racing already, so they're bringing the entire family, and that's what Ultra 4 racing is all about.
Looks like Dowker is having a little bit of an issue right now.
Trying to get the little 170 moving once again.
Such a fun little race course for them. They just now groomed the track a little bit because our bigger cars have been tearing it up today.
Absolutely.
I say bigger cars, and our bigger cars really haven't gone off the line, but when you have 65 UTVs racing out here, it definitely gets torn up.
So having a little bit of issue with Mason Dowker. Tough luck there. We'll see if they can get it figured out. Hurricane Riley May and Xander Walraven patiently awaiting. And then Brian Fulcher, Peanut is out front. He followed JT.
Not sure what's going on, but it sounds like every time they put the gas down, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, can't tell if it's a transmission issue or what's going on. So tough break there. Hopefully he can get it figured out. But so far, so good. Oh, he's moving once again. So whatever he had a little bit of issue, they got it figured out. Well, so Mason Dowker going to be racing his first Ultra 4 USA race.
And that's where it goes to show there's other parents right there helping him out with that.
Yeah, I mean, that's the Ultra 4 family. I believe this is Brian Fulcher's first Ultra 4 USA race as well, part of Team Momentum. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. We have two classes. Xander Walraven's in the limited. Everybody else is in the unlimited. So we'll see how this shakes out, but it's going to be a lot of fun to watch, and the crowd's still sticking around. I love seeing that, the huge support from everybody checking everything out. But so far, it's been a great day of qualifying and racing. And then don't forget, tomorrow at 10 a.m., we kick off the 4500 Yukon Gear and Axle Modified class, intermixed with the 4800 Brannick Motorsports Legends class. And then tomorrow, we will kick off the 4400 Unlimited class. And that is going to be one to watch. It's going to be a great race. And that kicks off at 2 p.m. So far, so good. And then tomorrow night, we have the America Pro Rock Bouncing with $20,000 on the line. So lots of great action yet to come. But we are about to kick off the Youth 170 race.
I see JT Taylor giving the racers a thumbs up, wanting to make sure they're ready to go. He's giving them the countdown.
The green flag's in his hand. 3, 2, 1. We are live racing. And it looks like Hurricane Raleigh May grabs the whole shot. Then it's Brian Fulcher, and it's a drag race between Mason Dowker and Xander Walraven.
Look at Miss Raleigh May out front.
Oh, Dowker does a little spin out, gets in Xander Walraven's way a little bit. Everybody's still moving strong, and it's a great race we have on our hands. This is a 15-minute race, and the countdown is on. What a fun race we have. Oh, it looks like Xander takes it a little wide and gives the advantage to Mason Dowker, but Hurricane Raleigh May still out front, pushing strong, but Brian Fulcher's not trying to let her out of his sight.
I don't know if she really ever lifts whenever she's going into any of these corners.
It's wide open all of the time.
Brian Fulcher in that number 2 spot.
How great is it to see for the 2023 Raceline Wheels Rush Off-Road Anniversary Bash. We have the 170s out here racing on the live show. This is what it's all about.
100% agree, Miles. You know those kids are out there having a blast.
Having the time of their life. The parents are out here checking everything out. They're all smiles, excited, nervous. Tad's over there laughing. They're having some fun.
How can you not be smiling when you see these little kids out here on race course? Having a blast. It's kind of like a circle track. You said like a kidney bean, like a jelly bean shape.
Yeah, just all inside, a couple hundred yards long, but they're working the wheel. So out front, it's still Raleigh May, then Brian Fulcher, Mason Dowker, and then Xander Walraven.
You can see Xander's on it, though. He's trying to get up closer to Dowker.
He's pushing. He's going wide on that corner. He needs to keep her a little inside, and maybe he's trying for the momentum. But Hurricane Raleigh May gets the whole shot and has stayed out front. We are out on lap 4 out of a 15-minute race. We're down to 13 minutes. We're 2 minutes in, so still lots of racing yet to come. But Mason Dowker and Xander Walraven are battling out front, and then Raleigh May and Brian Fulcher out front. So it's kind of a 2x2 battle. Great watch out here.
Definitely pedal down for these little kids. I love it, the little tiny tots.
So the fastest lap of the day right now goes to Hurricane Raleigh May with a 26.304.
Raleigh?
And then what a great race we have. Yeah, like you were saying, Raleigh May races all over, but Brian Fulcher's trying to chase her down. And it's really fun watching Mason Dowker and Xander Walraven out back battling it out. They're kind of pacing each other, and they're really pushing hard, trying to get them caught
Fulcher
up.
did a little bicycling over here.
So Walraven starting to take the inside line, trying to reel in Mason Dowker.
That's like a bobby pin, hairpin turn right there. And Fulcher did a little bit of a bicycle, but here comes Miss Raleigh May again.
So May Motorsports out front. Then it's Team Momentum Racing, and then North Shore, and then 118 Off-Road. Great to see all these young guys and gals out here having a time of their life with Ultra 4 USA.
And they did a little bit of watering for these kiddos just because the track is a little bit dusty right now, but we have a breeze, so it's clear for the one behind them. Miss Raleigh May right there on your screen at home.
Having fun. I know they're going to tell their mom and dad and their grandparents, I was on TV racing over the weekend. They're going to go back to school on Monday and tell their teacher. It's going to be great. And remember, you can always go back to AOE.TV and rewatch everything. You can also go to Speed Sport TV, go to all of our social, Mid-America Outdoors and Ultra 4 USA. Get on the Facebook. You'll learn a lot. Hit that share button. Start a watch party. This is going to be a great race to the finish.
And I'm sure they have their friends at home watching them as well, all the ones in school.
What day is today?
Today's Friday.
Isn't it? Yeah,
and
so
these
they have
kids
to
are
take off to
racing.
school.
How super cool is that?
That's great to see him out here.
Mason Dowker. Oh, Mason Dowker just flopped
does
on
a little
his
roll
side.
over.
It was a very easy flop. It was nothing major.
So Mason Dowker was pushing hard. It looks like he's got him on all fours. They're going to get him checked out, make sure he is okay. Raleigh May.
Look, he's probably just saying, let me go. I'm ready to go.
They're going to make sure the car is okay. They're pushing him off course, double checking everything. So Mason Dowker has to
He was having it sounded like
a
little bit of throttle issues again on his car, so I'm not sure if it's doing it and he's not going to be able to keep moving forward or not.
Oh, he was having so much fun and doing so well. But Xander Walraven was all over his door, putting the pressure on, and old Mason Dowker took a little bicycle and tipped her over. But I think he's okay. We got him checked out. Everything's looking good.
And there's Xander right there, going right around the yellow flag. They are letting up and going easier when they go to that little area. There he goes.
Mason Dowker back out on course. Like you said, it took a little tumble, but he is okay, and they're putting him back out there.
And Dad's got a huge smile on his face. He went over there after the safety course already got him off. But big old smile on Dad's face.
Oh, yeah. You can't get much better than that. And he's going to be, 2 laps down now, so it's going to be hard for him to catch back up. But it's still going to be good enough for a third place.
Yes. Yeah, he's got some throttle issues going on with his car. Something's going on. And there you can see Brian Fulcher right there, trailing behind Walraven. And Walraven is in the limited class, only one in the limited, so everybody else is in that unlimited class. We have 15 minutes of racing. We are 8 minutes and 40 seconds in. These kids get a little bit more seat time.
Yeah, we're about a minute out from halfway through this race. And there's Hurricane Raleigh May still pushing hard. She crosses the race line start-finish. Got a pretty good crowd watching the 170 youth. I love seeing that. The future of our sport is out on course.
And then right after the 170 youth, we're going to go in and do all of our awards for the day. From our oh no, Raleigh just pulled off
look.
the course.
Raleigh May comes to a complete stop. Not sure what's going on. Tough break, but we still got 3 moves. Oh, now Mason.
And Mason also has, keep pushing forward, and they're just wanting to go fast.
Yeah, they're giving it all they got. So Hurricane Raleigh May looks like JT's going to come over and chat with Chris and give him a little rundown on what's going on, but looks like something happened. So we're going to run Chris May over there to check out the car. So tough break. She was leading the race from the very beginning, and we are right at the halfway mark. We saw Mason Dowker took a little tumble, but he's out there running strong. And now Raleigh May is out in the middle, broke down. We'll send out there Chris May, who just got done racing. I think he got 3rd position unofficially, and now is going to help his daughter out there. Man, what a bummer. That's such a beautiful built car.
I think the only thing that would stop her from continuing on would be a broken chain on that, and those chains don't like to, they're not very friendly sometimes.
So right now it is Brian Fulcher in first, Xander Walraven in second, and Mason Dowker's going to move into third. He was a lap down when he took that tumble, but Raleigh May is still not moving. So it looks like Brian Fulcher is actually getting ready to lap Xander Walraven.
We just got to remember that Xander is only limited, so the other ones are unlimited. So he's racing against, for his own self right now.
But what a great race. They're just out here turning some laps, having a ball. I mean, they're doing this at home in their backyard as well. Yeah. And this is exactly what they do. They just burn a circle until they make their own race course, even if it's back home.
Having, them come up to the podiums, too, it's the most challenging interviews.
Oh, yeah. How was your race? Good. Did you have fun out there?
Yeah.
Yes. Who do you want to thank? Mom and Dad. Oh, they're so much fun. We'll get them coached through it and get them. It's just like everything. Seat time, getting on the mic, all that jazz.
I'd have to say she's pretty good at it.
That tough break seeing Raleigh May broke down in the middle of the field, but that's just part of it. So Brian Fulcher still trying to get around Xander Walraven. They are in different classes, so that puts Brian Fulcher first, Mason Dowker in second in the modified, and then Xander Walraven in that first place in the limited race.
They have 5 minutes and 25 seconds to go in this race.
Can they keep the cars together? Brian Fulcher is trying to get around Xander Walraven. He's giving it all he's got. We did see Xander Walraven taking that corner pretty wide earlier, but he's really starting to get dialed in.
He got his groove going on, and, the course was a little slippery right there as well, but he's definitely got his own groove going on right now.
So we still have action out on course. We're following Brian Fulcher, Peanut, trying to chase down Xander Walraven. So Peanut's trying to get around Xander to pass him.
Oh, he's getting a little bit of a jump on that.
Yeah,
getting a little bit of air.
A little bit of hang time. There isn't much suspension to these little 170s. Remember that too.
They're so much fun. I'm so excited that there's actually a class that our kids can come out here and race in. I mean, my son started in a 170 at 5 years old, so it's pretty cool to see.
And now he's racing MAO, and you talked about racing a little Ultra 4. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, there's somebody that's volunteered to be his co-driver that's very well seasoned, too, so we'll see what happens.
That'd be fun.
Yes.
Back on screen with Peanut, Brian Fulcher trying to chase down Xander Walraven. Remember, tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. we go live with the 45 and 48s, and then 2 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, the 4400 Unlimited class. And Pam, did you just feel that?
Yes, I
feel
did.
the front coming through. It's cooled off about 5 degrees in the last 5 minutes or so. So there is a front coming through. We'll see what happens. They're calling for some rain tonight. We could use a little bit of rain. We really could. We don't want a lot of rain.
That breeze, I don't know if it was because it was a cool breeze or if it's because we've been literally sitting in the sun since 7 a.m. this morning. I'm not sure if it's just to give me the goosebumps or a sunburn. I'm not sure.
It's definitely chilled off a little bit. Oh, gets a little slideways there.
There's your word.
There's Mason Dowker. We saw him take a tumble earlier, but he's back out there and still pushing strong. And it looks like Chris May's going to have to give up on Raleigh May's car. Tough break. Made it about halfway through. We got about 3 minutes yet to go for this 170 youth race.
They're getting a little bit of air on that back stretch over there compared to where we're sitting. But they are going over the jump that all of our larger cars have been going over right at the start.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun watching them out there running around all day long. We still have awards to give out here in just a few minutes, as we're at the about 2 minutes, 40 seconds yet to go in the Youth 170 race here for the 2023 Raceline Wheels Rush Off-Road Anniversary Bash.
And Xander Walraven, he has a time of a 12:25, I believe is what his lap time is. I can't quite see that exactly. But how cool is this? I love this. I love that these kids are out here racing, having a blast, taking Friday off of school to be out here racing.
Raleigh May does have the fastest lap of today in the youth class with a 24.980. And then it goes to Xander Walraven with a 25.412. So Xander and Peanut really putting down the race all the way to the finish.
Thanks for the correcting on that, because I obviously need to put my glasses on.
It's a little tough to see. No worries. I got the iPad right in front of me. I was checking out. And
Brian is closing in on Walraven.
Oh, he's going to stick a nose in up and over the jump, or is he going to be able to get around? Walraven shuts the door.
And
Brian Fulcher's going to have to try.
Mason's been checked out and all by his lonesome, racing his own race right there.
Yeah, we saw him take the little tumble. Glad to see him ride it and keep going.
Oh, look at he's trying to close that gap.
Trying to do a little inside-outside here, maybe.
That's a little bit of circle track stuff right there.
1 minute yet to go, and it looks like it's going to be Brian Fulcher going to take the win if he can hold it together. Xander Walraven will win his class, and then Mason Dowker will get that second. Raleigh May will still get in that third position, I believe.
How fun. I'm watching these kids when they go by and their hands on the steering wheel. I mean, they're like literally counteracting with the steering. They're racing. They've been coached for sure.
We are having a great race right now. It's so fun to watch these little guys and gals out there pushing it. And this little, like I said, basically a little kidney bean they're running, and they're pushing strong as they're blowing by the Amsoil Hot Pits on your left. They'll pass us. They're at the Project X booth right now. And, man, what a great day. We have been racing all day long. We started at 7 a.m. this morning. I'm getting a little burned out, but I've had a great day.
Yeah, it's been a long day today, but it's been a fun day. I mean, we have a 12-hour day today. Tomorrow's going to be a little bit shorter. I mean, you say we've been on here since 7.
But
We've been here since 5:30 this morning.
I wouldn't ask for any more. I love this part, and I can't wait to do the racing tomorrow, and then we'll be able to watch the rock bouncing tomorrow night. Yeah, we'll definitely be watching the rock bouncing tomorrow night. It'll be a great one to watch. And the checkered flag is out. So it looks like it's going to go to Brian Fulcher getting that win. 34 laps. That's pretty impressive. What a great time. These guys and gals had such a fun race, and the checkered flag will be out for Mason Dowker.
We're going to head on over to do the awards here in just a minute as soon as we get the cue to do so.
Wow, what a great race. We got 4 of them out there. Raleigh did have a little hiccup, but that's all in good fun. There's Brian Fulcher. What a great run. But we are going to do awards here very soon. We're going to set up for the UTV race here in a little bit, and then we'll do the youth race as well. Been a great time. So it looks like here comes Walraven. Going to be come in and have a little chat. Their parents are coming to check them all out. And Matthew gave them the number 1, a big old smile. Look at all the parents have the biggest smile out there. I absolutely love it. Look at Brian Fulcher, Peanut, crawling out of the car after his win here at Ultra 4 USA. Remember, everything is unofficial, but it's looking good for Peanut, Mr. Brian Fulcher. Unofficial winner for the modified class. And then Xander Walraven, the unofficial winner for the limited class. Mason Dowker gets that second place. And Raleigh Mays getting pushed in. She was having fun until she wasn't, but we've heard that story all the time. But it's great to see them out here having fun. Looks like everything's going to be okay with it. Look at the kids all out there giving each other handshakes. I love seeing that. Learn them young, and they'll do the right thing for a long time. I just saw Kyle Cheney out there giving him a high five. Pretty cool to see him stick around to root on the kids. One of his Team Momentum teammates. What a great day of racing. We've been racing for almost 12 hours, and look at the sportsmanship these kids are having. We started at 7 a.m. this morning. We've been going all day long. It's been so much fun. Thanks to each and every one of you here on site and back home for staying tuned in for the 2023 Raceline Wheels Rush Off-Road Anniversary Bash. It's been a great day of racing, so we're going to take a quick break and do some awards here in just a moment.
comes to suspension tuning, there's only one name we trust. Double E Racing.
Double E Racing.
True.
We help build champions.
Correct. Welcome back to the 2023 Raceline Wheels Rush Off-Road Anniversary Bash. We're trying to get everything going up. I think we're going to be doing awards here in just a second. We sent Pam Hall up there. We're trying to round up all the kids. We'll get out some of those Laser Nut 360 Wrap awards, hand them out, do another quick break, and they'll be giving away the 4,900 UTV awards as well right after that. So it looks like we're going to try to get everything rounded up. So Pam, I'm going to send it up to you. Take it away, Pam Hall. Thank you.
Go ahead and let's get Xander over here. Xander, you are our only one in our limited class. You did an amazing job out there today. Did you have a blast out there?
I sure did.
I don't have any.
You're becoming a very well-rounded racer, aren't you?
Yeah.
Do you practice at home?
Sometimes.
So I know that you were racing in your class and you had the other class behind you, but did you know that you had Brian right on your tail?
No.
Well, you did an amazing job out there today. Who do you want to thank for getting you up here?
Jason Watt, my dad, Simpson, Corey Willis, what? Shane.
Is that it for you?
Yeah.
So are you excited for the next race? Do you know what your next race is?
Next week.
And Wheatland, Missouri. Are you excited to go to Wheatland, an iconic track?
Yeah.
Yeah, so am I. I've never been there myself. So we'll see you next weekend. Congratulations on today. Are you guys going to stick around and have some good old barbecue tonight?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. We got a trophy right here for you. Give them a big old smile. Hold it up for the pictures. Congratulations to Xander Walraven. All right, now in our unlimited class, we did have 3 of you guys. We have 2 of you that finished. We have up here Mason Dowker. Go ahead and come on over here. You got that number 2 spot. Hold on to that. And Brian Fulcher, let's go ahead and get you over here. All right, I'm going to start with you, Mason. You're tall. How old are you?
11.
11. What was going on at the start? Because you had a little bit of an issue going on there. Throttle, something to go.
Yeah.
Was the throttle just not, was there something wrong with the cable or something?
It just wouldn't go. Like, I'd try to drive it and then it just like cut out.
Okay, and then you got going and you decided to flop. Was that planned?
No.
Well, you did amazing out there. Who do you have to thank for getting you up here today?
My mom, my dad, my grandpa, all the guys that are helping me and my dad with the race cars. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on that number 2 spot, Mr. Mason Dowker. You get to stick around because your dad's going to be racing this weekend. Let's go ahead and move on over here. All right. Oh, actually, hold on. We have Miss Raleigh May. Let me get Raleigh May. You stay right there. Raleigh May. You had a little bit of problems out there, but you took the whole shot. You did not let up. You had it the whole entire time, and then something happened. What happened with your car out there?
Who knows? It happens every time at this point.
Well, you know what? That happens. There's bugs in new cars, because I know that's still a fairly new car for you. So you'll get those bugs worked out. You'll be up at the top.
I hope so.
Well, you do amazing out there. I'm a big fan of yours. So who do you want to thank for getting you out here to Rush, Kentucky?
I would like to thank my dad for almost making the car work. I would like to thank King Shocks, Brannick Motorsports, and Mountain Dew.
And Mountain Dew, is that what keeps you going?
Yep.
That's so funny. I love it that you give your dad a hard time. Where's he at? Oh, he's over here. So he hopped out of the race car and came straight over to you.
Well, I mean, he can't really fix it at this point. It's broken so bad.
Well, when are you going to get in his co-driver seat?
Hopefully soon.
Awesome. Well, congratulations, though. You did amazing out there. Even though you had issues, it's called racing. We all know it. So congratulations, and we'll see you at the next one.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to move right on over here to this number 1 spot. Mr. Brian Poulter, you were on it the whole time. Did you have a blast out there or what?
Yes, ma'am.
I saw that you were trying to get past Mason. You were on his tail the whole time. Was it fun? Were you trying to learn his lines?
No, ma'am.
No. It was a good day out there, though, wasn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, you are very polite. Listen to you calling me ma'am. You're making me feel old.
Yes, ma'am.
I love these little kids. The Tiny Tots are my favorite class. Who do you want to thank for getting you out here today?
Performance Ease, Team Momentum, CT Braceworks, my dad, my mom, Casey Parker, Rob Parker, and Nathan Parker.
Well, congratulations on that number 1 spot. You have quite the sponsor list there. Let's get a picture for these kiddos. Congratulations. We'll see you guys at the next one.
It was great to see the young guys and gals get their Laser Nut 360 Wrap awards, but it sounds like we've got the 4900 Pro Modified class to give some awards to up next, so we're going to throw it back to Pam Hall. It's back to you.
With our 4900 UTV Pro Mod class, we're going to start right here in our 3rd position. Mr. Cody Martin, great day out there. You've already came up and talked to us over there on the podium, or on the microphones over there. Give us a little rundown of your day.
Pretty smooth. Everything was quick. We didn't run into a whole lot of trouble. We lost some brakes on the last 2 laps, so we just kind of had to get through the last 2 laps. But other than that, everything was pretty smooth. Car held up great, so can't complain. Everything went good.
But you had a blast out there, right?
Oh, it was a blast. I love the rush track.
I do too. JT, he knows how to put on a good race course, doesn't he?
Yeah, definitely my style too.
All right, who do you have to thank for getting you up here today?
Oh, I got to thank Nitro Racing Parts, hands down. They do everything for me. If it wasn't for them, I couldn't be here. But also got to thank Can-Am for building an awesome car. MRT, All Things UTV, EBC Brakes. I got to thank HCR, RCV, PPEI Tuning, Murray Power Sports, and American Armor Coatings. So those are all the people that helped me out. And, of course, my co-driver, Rick Spencer. So this is his 2nd race with me. So we're still learning and moving together. So.
Well, awesome job. Did you have a blast out there?
It was a great time. We had a little bit of a misfortunate time at King of the Hammers. We recovered good. It was a great time. 10 out of 10. Would do again.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on that number 3 spot. I know it's well earned out here this weekend for sure. All right, we're going to move on over here to Mr. Paul Wolf.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Doing good, doing good.
So what was your most challenging part out there today?
Just dealing with the dust. Like I said, JT laid out an awesome course, but he can't quite control the weather yet, so he's slacking. Hopefully he picks that up soon. But no, just the dust, learning a new car and stuff. But it was a really good race. These guys are fast. Happy to be on the podium with a good group of guys like this.
So are you taking mental notes for tomorrow for the 4400 race?
Yeah, for sure. I actually think the UTVs will probably edge out the 44 trucks on total time, but we'll go fast where we can.
Well, you're going to have a great day tomorrow. You had a great day today up here in this number 2 spot. Who do you want to thank for getting you up here?
I got to thank, first and foremost, Chris Hickman and my family, my wife. She's drove all the way out here 7 hours just to watch me race, and my whole team, the crew and all them guys keep the cars together. We did a bunch of work. We got to thank D-Pat and, of course, Raceline wheels, Nitto tires, HCR suspension, Can-Am. There's a whole list of them that help us and stand behind us. And Evo Power Sports, Evolution, overnighted me some stuff, so I really appreciate it.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. You're no stranger to this podium, so congratulations on today with the number 2 spot. Hopefully we see you up here again tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to go over here and top off this podium with Mr. Kyle Cheney. Definitely no stranger as well. You are a 3-time King of the Hammers winner. Now you're up here with your first regional racing with us on top of the box. How do you feel?
No, it's awesome. You know, I kind of, everybody thinks I'm a short course racer, but I'm really not. I started racing woods. So, this was right up my alley. Actually, this was, way more open than what we used to race. So, a 72-inch car would never go around the tracks we used to race. So this was awesome. I had fun. The track layout was great. Like he said, JT can't control the weather, but, everybody had to deal with the dust. And, you just had to make up time when you could and be smart when you couldn't. So, I got to give it up to my team. I wouldn't be here without team momentum this year. So my hats off to them. Can-Am swept the podium today. That track was rough on cars, and all three of us, probably no issues. We were all on the wood. My guys were telling me just keep pushing, keep going, and there at the end of the race, we were all pretty close. So it's awesome racing with these guys. That was one of the reasons I wanted to come. Some good competition at these races. I don't just like racing by myself, but pretty much anywhere I go, there's great competition now, especially with all the Mid-America stuff, the short course stuff. There's get all the top guys that come there too. So, it's just great everywhere you go. You can finally now race against the best of the best. It's not like you just go to Hammers and that's where you race against all the fast people. Now, almost everywhere you go, you're racing against top guys. So, that's freaking awesome. And, I got to give it up to, Evo Power Sports, Factory UTV, Raceline Wheels, Yokohama Tires, Jeremy, my mechanic, for putting my car together. And now he's going to have a bunch more cars to put together too. So, he don't sleep. So.
Well, congratulations for being up here on top of the box. We'll see you all season out here. Let's give it up one more time for Kyle Cheney, Paul Wolf, and Cody Martin.
He's representing everyone. They pay him. Okay, I will. You can put it on. All right, there you go. I'll hold them all. You got the jerseys. We don't mind.
What a great race we had for the Pro Mod class. We still have the stock and the open class yet to come. So we'll let those guys take their pictures, and then we'll send it back up to Pam here in just a moment. We'll do some more awards. But, yeah, so far it's been a great day. We started at 7 a.m. this morning. It's been nonstop all day long. It's been beautiful today. They are calling for a little bit of rain tonight. A little bit of rain would be great, but a lot of bit of rain turns into a mucky mess. So we'll see how it shakes out, but it's been so much fun. And it looks like Pam Hall, take it away.
All right. Now we are here with our UTV Open class. CJ, you have 1, 2, and 3 in your hands. I know you're representing your whole class, but you're here. You are our number 1. You are our winner. You had Tyler Gibbs in second, and your dad, John. Where's your dad? Where'd he go?
He gone. He's down the road an hour ago already.
Well, at least we got an interview with him down there early on. Give us a little rundown what you thought about being out here at our first regional race for you.
Yeah, this is my first time out here. I think I hit everything but the water truck because it's not here. I was banging holes, trees, other cars, about anything I could out there, and we were able to bring it to the line. So I can't thank Monster Energy, Factory Polaris Racing, Vision Wheel, new to us this year, Toyo Tires, Fox Shocks, everyone that comes out here, everyone from Ultra 4 puts us on, MAO, everybody. We appreciate it. We'll see you guys in Wheatland next weekend, and hopefully we run into a few less things there.
Well, you already went through your sponsors, but I want to ask you a question. The Pro R, because that's like new to racing. How do you like that compared to when you were in a regular UTV?
Yeah, for being a car that's about 6 or 7 feet long and shouldn't be going through the woods like that, it does pretty good. It probably wasn't quite what some of these guys were running here today, and more of a GNCC style track, but it's a big car, and it goes through the woods pretty good. And this thing, my car that I ran today, has 660 miles on it with all original parts. It was my pre-runner at KOH. I've done 2 Red Bull Scrambles with it, and then I've done this here today, and all on the original parts. There ain't nothing aftermarket on it. It's got a cage and some seats and the safety stuff required, and that's it. I think the axles are still bent from pre-running at KOH, and we were just praying that it was going to finish. So I wasn't being too nice to it, but it was here, it finished, and we'll fight another day.
Well, you did amazing out there. First place in your first regional race with us. Congratulations. We'll see you at Wheatland next weekend.
See you guys there.
All right, so give it up for CJ Greaves, Tyler Gibbs, and John Greaves. As soon as he's done with his photo op, we're going to bring in our stock class. So Jason Wofford, Jody Ford, and Chris May. Chris is third. He's right
Well, thank you, Pam. We've got one class yet to go. We have the stock class coming up here in just a moment. Again, it's been a great day of racing, and we have tomorrow yet to come. And I just got a new updated weather update. It sounds like it's going to rain from about 11 p.m. tonight till 7 a.m. in the morning. So if that's the case, the mud holes will get a little deeper out there, but it's going to knock down the dust. It could be absolutely perfect race conditions out there tomorrow. We'll see how it shakes out. But wow. I can't wait to see what happens tomorrow. We have the EMC kicking off at 10. We have the 4400 at 2. And then tomorrow night we'll do the America Pro Rock racing. We're going to have 2 hills combined times and $20,000 on the line. This is the 2023 Raceline Wheels Rush Off-Road Anniversary Bash. It looks like Pam Hall is ready to go.
All right, we are now here with our 4900 UTV stock class. I can't get too close over there. We have in the number 3 position Chris May, 2nd Jody Ford, and 1st Jason Wofford. Let's start right here with you, Mr. Chris. You got out of the car and went directly over to your daughter's race, but what did you think about that track today?
Oh, it was fun. It was the dust wasn't crazy bad. I was out there I didn't know where we were. We were kind of by ourselves a few times, and thanks Corey keeping me on track, and we just kind of uneventful, just cruising.
Did you have fun out there?
Oh yeah, it was a good time, real good time. So
I'm going to ask your co-driver this question. What was your least favorite part about the track today?
Probably just the downhill right here, just because the hole at the bottom. But honestly, the track was awesome. It was fast, flowy. Chris kept it on all 4 the whole race, so we're thankful.
Well, that hole wasn't there till you guys started racing today.
Yeah, true.
Who do you have? Go ahead.
we got it's Team Mayday. It's Corey Day and Chris May. Team Mayday. So 3rd place. No, thanks to Team Indiana, Max's Tires, Raceline Wheels, and thanks to my wife and daughter for coming out here and enjoying this. So good weekend.
Oh, wait, before we finish up, because your daughter's giving you a hard time every time she's up here on the podium. What happened to her car out there?
I don't know. I think it might have been a fuel pump. We've had the worst luck. We drag that thing all over the country. She's usually winning, and it breaks. So it's just bad luck. And my car doesn't break, and believe me, she lets me know that.
She just threw her hands up just now. Like, it is what it is. Well, congratulations for being up here on your 3rd position right here today in the UTV stock class. We're going to go right on over here to Mr. Jody Ford in this number 2 position. You were on it today. We were watching you. We could tell that you kept, gaining ground. What did you think about the race course?
It was a ton of fun. It was fast and flowy, like they said. The dust was bad, but every now and then we'd get out of it and be able to make up some time, and tight, and just it was a lot of fun. We started picking up the pace after lap 3 and gaining some ground and had a blast.
Well, you guys were doing awesome out there. What was your favorite part about the race course?
The long high-speed sections that flow and the curves, you can just really fly through there, and it's so smooth and just it's tons of fun flying through there.
Yeah, so what did you think? I'm going to ask you about this. Over here we had this Brannick bump over here. What did you think about that uphill?
It was good if we made the turn. We always blew that first turn to go left, but we still had a lot of fun. The very top of it was a nice little hop, land, and then get back in the throttle, so it made it smooth and fun. It was a good time.
Yeah, it was very fun because where we were sitting, we could see you guys when you'd get up there and do that hop and all of the cars all day long. But who do you have?
I think every time we jumped that, I said, man, that is fun.
It looks like a blast. But who do you guys have to thank for getting you up here today?
Brannick Motorsports, they help us with everything we do. MRT tires, we blasted so many rocks out there, and just by the end I said, we can't blow these tires. We're just going to start picking up the pace and hitting them even harder. So, and Raceline Wheels, Attica Power Sports, Badlands Off-Road Park, and my wife and kids for letting us chase these dreams.
Well, it's awesome to see you out here. Saw you out here last year. Did you race last year, or were you just hanging out? I can't remember.
We raced. We were in second or third, and the radiator plugged up, so we moved that to the back and fixed that problem.
I remember now. But good job out here getting this number 2 spot up here, and we're going to go right on over here to Jason Wofford. Is it Wofford or Wolford?
Wofford.
Wofford. So I was saying it right. I feel like I messed it up.
No, you're good.
Jason Wofford up here, number 1 on the box. How do you feel right now?
Sore. That was brutal, really. Today we started 12th and got with Cody and thought, well, Cody's fast, but man, I just couldn't hang with him in that dust, and we got to a bottleneck. I caught back up with him, and man, made a mistake. It just got dark on me. It went into bushes, and thankfully no trees were there, so back out and took off again, and just put my head down and rode my own race, and did well. So I'm normally out here for Mitch. Mitch did great last year. He got second overall here last year. And here I go. Yeah.
You've gone down enough steep hills today. Don't go down this one, please.
So, I'm out here doing it with him, and it's just a family thing, him, my wife, and everybody. And we built him a new car this year, but didn't put a new motor in it. So he blew the motor this morning during the first lap. And every time I pass him, I give him a little gas, kind of bummed at him and everything. He'd hit me on the radio or whatever, but it was all right, but he'll be back.
Well, that's good. Who do you have to thank for getting you up here today?
I got several, and normally it's Mitch's spot. So Hickman Motorsports jumped on board with us last year up in Oklahoma and helping us out. All Things UTV, All Things UTV, Dustin Robbins, he helps us out. Oh, perfect. Look at that. Billboard. Razor Extreme, that's us out of Nashville. So we do all kinds of work too. Trendy Racing. America's Motorsports, ORB, CNW, pools, RCVs, and I believe that's it.
I think so. That's awesome. That is a great thing right there. Just have the wife always there, have her turn around and read off the shirt. That's awesome.
Right. That's right. Perfect.
Well, congratulations for getting up here top of the box tonight, or today. It's the 4900 UTV stock class, Jason Wofford, Jody Ford, and Chris May. We're going to have one more interview really quick.
So it was CJ and then him. And when you're done,
I'll give him that white shirt.
All right, we're going to do one more on the 4900 UTV Open. We had the wrong name in the second position. Mr. Bill Hillard, how do you feel?
Good.
Now that you have the right position, right?
Yeah, we got to figure it out anyway. So.
Well, you were going hard all day long. We were watching you guys. You kept making up ground. You were very fast out there. What was your strategy going into today?
I just kind of got settled in and just started running. It kind of opened up a little bit. And like everybody said, with the dust and everything, you had to make up time when you could and, couldn't. But car ran great all day and started clicking off. Had a little problem on the last lap. But anyway, we made it and finished second. So hoping to. We'd moved up to, I think, 8th overall, which was going good. I think I finished like 11th, but I'm proud of it. So.
Awesome. I haven't seen the actual final results of everybody all at once. I just have what I have here, but that's awesome. What did you think of the race course out here?
It was good. It was tight, but it was fun. I love woods courses and tight stuff, so it works in my favor. So.
What's the next race we'll see you at?
I don't know. Probably Visions. Yeah. So.
No, that's going to be a fun one. It's going to be a busy week. Well, who do you want to thank for getting you up here today?
Thank the Lord first, keeping everybody safe. Dustin Robbins, All Things UTV, Seth, Scott, Everybody that pitches in helps, and it's like a big family. Everybody jumps in and helps everybody. NRP, MRT tires. I guess that's about it.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on that number 2 spot up here for our UTV Open class. And we're going to get a photo op for you really quick, and we're going to go back down to Miles in the booth.
Well, thank you, Pam, and congratulations to everybody who made the podium today for the 2023 Raceline Wheels Rush Offer Road Anniversary Bash. It was a great day of racing. We started at 7 a.m. We've been live for 12 hours. It's been great, but tomorrow is another great day of racing. Tomorrow morning, remember, everything is Eastern Time at 10 a.m. The 4500 Yukon Gear and Axle Modified class, along with the 4800 Brannick Motorsports Legends class, will be racing at the same time. And then at 2 p.m., the 4400 Unlimited class will do a 2-hour race. So you do not want to miss a thing. So make sure you set your time. We will be going live tomorrow at 10 a.m. Again, on half of the entire broadcast team, I am Miles Haskell alongside with Pam Hall. We were going to sign off and see you tomorrow morning.